In a world full of remasters and remakes of every fucking thing you could think of. That's right. You've reached Neon Pocket Dimension, a dimension outside of time and space, a dimension full of nerdiness, and it's a place to have some fun. My name's Jacob. I'm here with the other homies. We're usually here. You got Miguel.
What's going on, guys?
You got Gage.
That's me.
Yeah, and then you got a special guest today. ThePizzaManSam makes a return. What's up, man?
Hey, yo, what's up, dudes?
How's it going, man? How you doing? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing great, dude. I'm ready to talk all sorts of video games and remakes of movies and stuff. I'm ready.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Born ready.
Ready to shit all over the concept of a remake, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Tell those remakes, don't remake yourself. You're perfect as you are now.
It's not always true, but you know, the original's usually better.
I'll tell you what, Dead Space is good, but that's a teaser for what we're about to talk about. All right. Everything broke. Thank you, Discord. We're back, though. Damn, Jacob, I hope you enjoyed editing that out and the amount of time it took to render that overnight. But to get back into it, how we doing, guys?
The Pulse didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
No. Was it going too
we
fast or going too slow? The Pulse.
Yeah, I think it was like it was trying to be like a drum and bass pulse, you know? It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a little too much. Little 160 BPM or something, you know?
It's like 170 usually, but yeah,
Yeah.
you
There
know.
you go.
I realized last Friday I did this like little DJ set thing, and I realized that a lot of the breaks music I'm jamming out to, that's at 130, a little faster than house.
Yeah.
You know,
Because you can do breaks like you can stretch breaks up to also work with like old school dubstep that was 140 back in the day.
yeah, aka 70.
There you go.
Either way, sometimes you got to do that math where you're like, fuck, the beats per
What's
minute.
half?
Yeah, exactly. What's half of 178? I have to like pull out my calculator while I'm at DJing. That's happened before, I swear to God. It is scientific sometimes. Anyway, all that fun stuff aside, this is Neon Pocket Dimension. We talk about nerdy things. We talk about video games. We talk about movies. We talk about music, like DJing, right? We talk about tabletop role-playing games. Homie,
Is that a tease? Is that a tease for later next week?
Might be a little tease for what we have coming up next week. We also talk about stupid shit sometimes. You know what I mean? We just have a little bit of fun.
Bonobos, you know, like whatever you need.
Yeah, one of these days, Miguel, we need to like nerd out on highlights. You know what I mean? Remember highlights?
You want to talk about highlights? Fuck, dude.
Dude, I know about highlights.
Yeah, man. It's
like in your hair?
not.
No, highlights
No, the
magazine.
magazine. Come on.
Jesus, man.
I wasn't thinking about it. My bad. I haven't thought about that in ages, so you know.
You know, we could do an episode where we just
Come on.
nerd out on like the weird children things we read, like that, and what was
Sure.
it, like the Animal Zoo one? There was always a commercial on like
Two animal things. I don't remember the name of it.
what was it
They
called?
always used to,
What?
they used to advertise it on Zaboomafoo, I remember.
That's fucking
All right, now
awesome.
you guys are talking stuff that's way too old for me.
Oh, we're old.
I don't know.
We're old.
Get out of
people.
my age range.
Zaboomafoo was an educational nature program led by a lemur named Zaboomafoo.
Oh! Okay, never mind. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Never heard of
Didn't
that.
that lemur die recently?
Thank you, Miguel.
unfortunately?
Thank you. I said zoo books.
I think,
Thank you.
I think it was Zoo Books. Perfect. I think it was an animatronic or a puppet lemur. I don't think it was an actual lemur, but maybe it was.
No, I swear I saw something about that show. Somebody died.
Okay.
Maybe it was
Alright.
maybe it was the person on the show died.
It was probably a person.
Sam in chat said zoo pals. That's good.
Good.
It's funny. But anyway, hey, we're gonna jump right into our patented trademark segment we call the Wybnu.
Titular segment.
Titular.
Everybody knows Wybnu.
Wybnu.
Yeah.
Swing.
Yeah, the wife knew.
Was
Yeah.
which stands for what you've been nerding out on. guys. Who wants
There it
to
is.
nerd out first today?
I'll
Usually
start.
I like to throw it to the guest first.
I say let's do that.
All right.
Great.
Damn it.
Thanks, guys.
Damn
It's your
Well,
choice.
so there's two video games that I've been extremely nerding out on. The first one is Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
I've gotten back into it. I've played it before, like at launch, and then a couple years ago I had played more than it. I played more of it than I did at launch, but still didn't get super into it. Now I'm getting super into it.
nice.
And I've been streaming it, and I've been having a good time. The lore in that game's great. There's some really good like quest lines in that game. Like some of the best Elder Scrolls quest lines out there. Especially from like a lore perspective. And if you've played the past games, there's a couple characters in Elder Scrolls Online that are villains from, so like Mana Marco
Cool.
is one of the villains in this game, is one of the major villains in like the main game, and he is in Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, and that's really cool.
Nice.
Who's the other person? There's Abner Tharn. He's the bad guy in the first Elder Scrolls game, so that's really cool.
Well, that's cool.
you know,
I wouldn't even know. That's awesome.
Yeah, they keep adding stuff to this game, man. Like every year they come out with a chapter, and it's just like, man, this looks cool, but I don't know. It seems like a big commitment. But I'm ready. I'm ready to commit. I'm ready for
Nice.
that commitment,
Hell yeah.
and I'm really enjoying myself because the gameplay is not like amazing, but
Mhm.
it's like passable and it's fun enough. I mean, it's better than like Skyrim, so that's good.
Wow.
That's very
The
good.
combat, at least. The combat.
Oh,
is
okay.
better.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's very similar. It's just like, updated a little bit.
So,
Yep.
quick
and it's
question.
more MMO-y because it's an MMO.
Quick question. So I kind of watched you play this game a little bit, and like it looks like the third person camera is actually pretty good. Can you elaborate on that a little?
For combat, I prefer the third person because you can see the area of effect attacks from the enemies better.
Yeah.
And see where you are if you're in the zone that they're about to attack in. So that's good for combat. For like exploration and stuff, I still think the first person's a little better because you can see everything. The targeting on like what you're trying to interact with is better.
Yeah, I've
when you're
always
first person.
in Elder Scrolls games, like, first of all, shout out to Bethesda for having all their games be switchable between first and third person.
Yes, dude.
Why
yes.
don't more people do that?
Love
I don't
that.
I
understand.
know.
I mean,
Like all the
I
way
know
back
it's
to
a little-
Morrowind.
I know, exactly. Yeah,
like-
absolutely. And
yeah,
and like it's so nice for like you're in an interior and you're looking at items that you need to pick up on the ground, and it's like, of course I want to be in first person for this. But then like you want to take in the scenery, or like in a combat scenario, you want to like see yourself do swings and like do spells and
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's so perfect. Anyways,
That's I mean, that's why I'm like, come on, Cyberpunk, what are you doing?
seriously.
Let me play in third person. Let me see my cool outfits that I'm wearing, especially now that they have
For real.
Transmog.
transmute, so
Mm-hmm.
change your outfit without changing the stats of it. Pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I do like that. I don't find myself switching between the two just because it's easier to stay in third person, so I end up just the third person is good enough even like outside of combat
Mm-hmm.
that it's not something I'm like automatically doing. But every now and then I'll switch to first person. Yeah, I love that about the Elder Scrolls. Well, not just Elder Scrolls and Fallout, Bethesda Game Studios.
Mm-hmm.
That they let you go from first person to third person. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying the Elder Scrolls Online.
Hell yeah.
And the other game is a little game called Hi-Fi Rush.
Ooh, yes. That game is
Game's
so good.
incredible.
So fucking
I talked
good.
about it a little bit on our podcast on Sunday, and it is fantastic. I'm also making a video on it. but I can't believe how much I fell in love with the game, because I'm not a rhythm person. I don't play I enjoyed Rock Band enough,
Mhm.
you know, when I was a kid, like younger. I liked Rock Band, but other than that, I don't remember any other rhythm game that I've even like picked up. Um, like I've never played the Kingdom Hearts one.
That
Never
one's what?
played any of like the theater rhythm games or anything.
That's
Like
brand new game.
I probably won't play the new one, even though the new one sounds awesome because of all the Final Fantasy songs. But like, even though I don't like rhythm games, this game is awesome, and like it knows that a lot of people, you know, aren't gonna be super into rhythm games, so you really don't need to be into rhythm games to play it. That's why I ended up falling in love with it, because the combat, even like if you're not on beat, you actually always, the character always hits on beat.
Mm-hmm.
You just get bonus damage if you press on beat. Um,
Yeah, and it helps you
which
do like maybe some extra little combos and stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, but it doesn't
Yeah.
like it doesn't fully like. It's not like you're getting like the in guitar in or Rock Band or Guitar Hero those little like you fucked up sounds or anything,
Yeah,
anything like
yeah.
that. It doesn't
Yeah,
like
it's
punish
like-
you.
yeah, like yeah, your hits like add to the music.
Mm-hmm.
So when you don't hit right, it's not taking anything away, because all your hits are adding to the music. Like
Even the
background
dodges,
music still keeps going, and it's awesome.
even the dodges make like a hi-hat sound pretty much.
Yeah, so
Which you
literally
can-
like every movement you make makes like some sort of sound, like the jumps, the dashes.
God damn, this game is like when
It's-
people keep saying like game of the year contender, like don't take that shit lightly. This game is really incredible. It's really
Like,
fucking good, dude. Honestly.
If Starfield doesn't hit the way I hope it does, there's a very real possibility that it could be my game of the year. Because I loved this game from beginning to end.
Nice, you
And-
finished it. I haven't finished it yet.
Oh
but-
yeah, I finished it. I finished it on Saturday night before our podcast.
How long?
yeah,
How long
at-
did it take you? Just seriously.
I want to say it was like 10 to 12 hours. And that's
Okay.
what it's on
Cool.
on
Time to
How Long to
Beat.
Beat as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
so it's pretty
I'm only
standard.
like maybe like 4.5 hours in, something like that. But
Yeah, because there's 12 levels, and each one takes like 45 minutes to an hour maybe the first time you play them. So
totally.
yeah, 10 to 12 hours.
And what difficulty are you playing on there, Sam?
So I played on normal.
Okay.
When I streamed it like the day it came out, I played on easy.
Mm.
Just as I didn't really know what I was getting into with the rhythm stuff.
Yeah.
But then once I did that, and I started playing off stream, and I started over so I could experience the first level with streamer mode turned off.
Mhm.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
awesome that they have that.
Yeah.
by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
And the game still
Day
kicks
one,
ass with
day
streamer
one
mode
too,
on.
which is
Yeah.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
Miguel, in case you're wondering, the reason why you'd put streamer mode on is because they have licensed songs on there, like Nine Inch Nails and Black Keys and stuff. So then
Yeah.
it'll just play like just a random backing track instead or whatever. But I hear that the streamer songs are still pretty good. You know?
Oh yeah, they still pop off because they're like you can kind of tell like what song they're supposed to be, which is funny. Like if you know
that's
the song,
hilarious.
you can kind of tell what song they're supposed to be because they're like the same beat, just different everything else.
That's funny though,
Like,
because the Black Keys song in the very beginning is like pretty essential for that intro. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, so like
That's the tone.
when I was playing the game on Twitch, I was like, oh, this is definitely where like a Black Keys song is supposed to be playing.
That's
Like,
so
it's
funny.
And the thing about the Black Keys is when we were watching the trailer for the game when it was announced, I was like, oh fuck yes, the Black Keys. Unfortunately, the only Black Keys song that's in the game is right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's just like a video, like it's just the intro cutscene.
Yeah.
So you don't even like play to that song, which sucks, but it's whatever. The rest of the music's great. There's a boss fight, like it's the second to last boss fight in this game.
Mhm.
Blew my fucking mind. Like
Hell yeah.
and several moments during the game, I was just like, oh my god. The last, I want to say, I think it was the last 4 to 5 chapters are incredible.
Hell yeah.
Just downright incredible. Like
Can't
I was loving it before then, but once I hit that last section of the game, I was just like, oh my god. And there's just so much like goofy shit in it. Like they just 100% committed to the style that they were trying to go after. It was awesome.
Let's look
It's
at.
got like a.
Go ahead.
Go for it, Jacob.
No, you do it. Go.
Well, I was gonna say it's got like a little bit of like Fooly Cooly energy to me. Like, you know, if anyone's ever seen that anime.
Yes.
You know, like even just like the chick who rides the Vespa who has a bass. You know, like the first girl you meet, I forget what her name is.
Peppermint.
Peppermint.
Peppermint. Yes, I should remember that. She kind of reminds me of like somewhere like a mixture of her of one of the Fooly Cooly characters, kind of. But like, yeah, there's just so much like style, and the characters are right. It's like it's kind of Saturday morning cartoonish, but it's also like they go a little deeper than that. I don't know. It's just through and through they committed, and it's so polished. That's the thing. Is like
Yeah.
you know, I know you guys were talking about on X to Interact, like the shadow drop nature of it and all that.
Sorry, guys.
But
Well, why is it
you know,
doing that? Why are you
a
doing
lot
that
of
to
times
me?
with the shadow dropping games, you kind of expect them to be like sort of in alpha or you know or in beta, like you know have a little bit of maybe like you know work to do. But this game from seemingly from like I said, like almost 5 hours I've played of it, is like I haven't seen any problems at all, and the whole world the whole world is on beat and like animating. It's crazy, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I can confirm I the whole time never came across like a bug or anything. Like it's incredible how polished the game is. It's awesome. I wish that was the standard.
seriously.
Especially for like a game like this where it's not like a huge open world game, you know.
Yeah.
Like games like this should be polished at launch.
Agreed.
So I'm very happy to report that it's very polished. I didn't come across any bugs or anything.
I hope that this is the beginning of a trend that we see now, like the fruits of Microsoft's labor of buying up all these fucking companies and saying that they're allowed to like experiment and they don't have to run around and like fundraise. They just are being paid by Microsoft to just kind of develop the games they want. That's what that's what Phil Spencer has been saying all this time, and it's like we haven't seen anything, and everybody's been saying where's the games, and this game comes out of nowhere, like literally shadow dropped. Like I hope this is like the start of a trend, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean shout out to Pentiment too.
I was about to say we've also seen Pentiment.
Hell that game rules, and in my mind that's the type of game that Obsidian should be making, is like those weird like artistic like really cool
games.
Interesting games with amazing writing, because that's what they fucking nail. But you know they're gonna make fucking Outer Worlds 2, which whatever.
Well, they can make it
don't
better.
even want.
They can make it better than the first one, I guess.
I would hope so.
Hey, Grounded is pretty good. Grounded is pretty good.
I think they can take it somewhere.
And and that's the other thing, they did Grounded too, which is like not something they usually make, you know. So
yeah,
it's still a cool surprise. Like you know, we played some of that when it hit like 1.0 or whatever, and it was honestly like we had a blast the couple nights we played it. It was fun.
Yeah,
I love that game. I'm waiting to play it with people. Still waiting.
I have a spicy take and think that
a little bit.
I think that 343 should take a break and do a side project and do something creative.
Yes,
that, like just kind of washes their hands of Halo for a little bit.
Yeah, dude, come out with your passion project, raise the studio morale, to come back and nail Halo. You know,
if Tango Gameworks can go from Evil Within,
right,
to this,
right?
Well, I guess they had that one last year.
Tokyo
Ghostwire. Ghostwire Tokyo.
I still gotta try that out. Okay, I want to quickly show you a couple Steam reviews of this game. Deadlift says, "Imagine dropping Game of the Year without any warnings. Absolute mad lads."
It's what it is, man. It's what it is.
I want a sequel. This game was such a fun experience. The soundtrack is great too. Boomerang on Steam.
Is he
Dylan,
like a boomer who's also the avatar?
it's. Can you see that? I don't know.
I
It's
can't. It's a
Aang-
little
it's
blurry.
Aang
But...
from Avatar. I get it. All right, and then
Wow.
one more last one. Dylan, not Dylan, on Steam says has JoJo references 10 out of 10. So
Nice.
there you go. I just
It
love
has-
Steam reviews.
It has
man.
a Xenogears reference.
Whoa.
Really?
It does.
I
Yeah.
obviously didn't know because I've never played Xenogears, but
Hopefully this
I
entices.
saw it on the Xenoblade subreddit that it had a Xenogears reference, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know that was referencing that, but it's cool.
Hopefully this entices Miguel to play it.
Possibly.
And it's still like even not knowing, it was a cool moment, like the what they were doing in that scene.
And
Nice.
honestly, the the like you were saying, the rhythm elements of it, while maybe initially, especially because there's so much tutorializing at the beginning,
Mhm.
might feel like a little essential or like you're like a little intimidated by it. But like once the game drops you into the place where you're just doing your thing,
Yeah.
I noticed that the less I kind of paid attention to it, I actually was getting better scores. Like I was
Yep.
just paying attention to the enemies and like especially on bosses, like
Mhm.
they're very rhythmic, right? They wait for
Yeah.
that pulse
Yep.
to hit, and so
They only-
like it just you just listen to the song and you kind of just start getting in the flow.
Yeah.
It's
Like
like
initially I had when they told me about that bar at the bottom that
Yeah.
you can turn on. Initially I turned that on and I'm like, I'm not gonna look at this. That's just adding like more difficulty because then I have to pay attention to that and everything else. So I'm just like, but yeah, once you get in the flow, man, it's awesome.
I think
It's
that
awesome. And like
I think that bar
You-
helps me at least a little because sometimes like
Mhm.
I drift a little, so I'll turn it on
Yeah.
sometimes because like I'm chasing after perfects like every
You're such a
single
dork, I know.
fucking time. It's got to say perfect or I'm mad.
oh,
So that
oh god.
yeah, because that's how I am. That's how I am, especially with rhythm games. I'm like, oh, if he's not, if I don't hear those people in the background go woo, whoa, yeah, like every
It's true.
fucking time,
That's the
every button
best.
press, then I'm not playing this game correctly. So
And then if you hit the little touch that I like is when you hit the button and you wait a beat.
yes,
You hear like it like claps.
it even it shows
It
it
gives
sho-
you the head bobs for sure.
it does
Yeah,
that
it's awesome.
onomatopoeia comic book thing where it shows like snap, like it just kind of and he actually like literally does a snap or a clap or whatever.
I
it
know
is.
he does. It's so
Fucking
funny. Or
awesome.
he'll like hit his leg.
So
Yeah.
okay, so obviously we all been nerding out on this game. Okay, that's a
Wait, there's
Except for
one
Miguel.
more thing I want to say. There's one more thing I want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
This is really really stupid, but I was working on my video before this, and I was recording some. I jumped back into the game and was recording some gameplay for it real quick. Just jamming out, Then I went down to eat. I was literally like chewing to the beat of the first song. I'm like, oh my god,
It's nice.
This is insane. This game is just like soaking into me.
Dude,
It's amazing.
you keep trying to say you don't have rhythm, but I think this game has given you the rhythm, dude. I think
Well,
you
dude,
have
that's
it.
the thing. Like,
I think you might be able to play other rhythm games now. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know about that, but
I
like
don't
the
know about
more
You might.
the more I played, the harder the game was getting, but like the better I was getting at it, which was nice. So the
Yep.
more A's I was seeing, I got an A on the final boss.
Ooh,
Hell
that's
yeah.
awesome. Shit.
Final boss is no joke either. So
What a game. Miguel, how do you feel about rhythm games, dude?
I don't like him.
Okay.
I've
Good talk.
I
been
didn't either. So
been bad at him for a long time. So
We got to play that taiko drum game at the game nest, man.
yeah, I was bad at that one too.
Yeah. But we got to do it anyway.
To be fair,
Give
I've
me a
always
puzzle
like.
game though.
What?
So give me a puzzle game.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go.
I'd rather play those.
Gotta love
To
puzzle
be
games.
fair, I've always been really bad at rhythm games too. Like I actually play instruments in real life. I have great rhythm, I think.
Uh-huh.
Like I play in bands and stuff like that. But like, there's something inherently different about like an input that is like something on a screen that you're like
Yeah.
reacting to, as opposed to just feeling rhythm in your body. Like,
Yep.
For instance, I'm a pretty decent guitar player, and I've always been fucking terrible at Guitar Hero, and it's just because it's like my brain is telling me like a lot of the songs on Guitar Hero I can play on guitar, like not the Fire and the Through the Fire and the Flames, but
No.
like
Oh,
but like
no.
plenty of other songs on that soundtrack I can play. And I'm like, it's just my brain wants me to do the actual thing you do on guitar, and it's not the same, you know. So it's like,
Quick question though for you, in response to that: have you ever played guitar to like the rhythm of a metronome before, to try and stay in a specific exact rhythm?
for recording stuff, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's definitely always a little bit of a trick because
Yeah,
sometimes the metronome can kind of fuck with you. But my
That's-
drummer and I actually not that long ago we were trying to learn a song that was like a really complex rhythm, so we put a metronome on, and so I can do it. Yeah. But,
yeah.
yeah.
I because that's the skill. Because like honestly, it's not easy. You know what I mean? To stay in that rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's easy just to play and jam, but that doesn't mean that you're like perfectly in fucking the beat or whatever. And I feel like that's sort of why it's so like stressful to try to stay
There's not like a
on the-
swing to it at all. Yeah.
right. It's very robotic, just like a video game is, just like programming languages. So I think that's probably why it's a little more difficult.
True
Just in
that.
general, because like, dude, my experience with playing with metronomes is like, oh shit, man, this is hard. It's definitely not easy. To stay like
Well,
in
yeah,
a
right.
perfect
And
rhythm.
your brain's telling
that.
you to like do the like. I remember specifically like the Green Day song "Holiday" on Rock Band. It's like I can play that and I can think about how my strumming is, and so like the strumming on that is not the same, obviously, on the game. So like that's
Yeah.
why my brain would always screw me up, like because I'm like, no, this is how you strum that song. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
That kind of.
Yeah, I got really good at Rock Band. I could do expert on any instrument, including vocals.
I could only play easy.
Well, depends on the song.
guitar. I couldn't do the other ones.
Well, I
I mean,
started.
I guess I could do vocals just because I would just like scream.
Yeah. That was good. That was a good sound. Can I
Yeah.
sample that for the
That was a
soundboard?
good sound. Yeah, I don't like rhythm games either. Like Miguel said, he'd rather play a puzzle game. Like 99 times out of 100, I would also rather play a puzzle game than a rhythm game.
Yeah.
So I think
This
that
is
really
the one.
that really speaks to this game and like how great it is. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
don't take it lightly. So obviously the three of us, that's what we've been nerding out on. I'm just gonna give you a quick Gundam update. Still watching Witch from Mercury. It's good. Gundam 00. My commentary on that show. The thing that I find the most interesting about it is I feel like it's the only one that's like almost like political, and kind of tries to involve like real world like nations and their bullshit. You know what I mean? So I think that's really interesting about 00. But I'll tell you what, man. Witch from Mercury, no, that's a good ass anime. I can't recommend it enough. That's very fucking good. I'm loving it so much. And then
Is it standalone, you think, or like could you jump into it?
Absolutely. If you want to just watch some Gundam and you want the newest series, jump right into Witch of Mercury. I don't think you need like a lot of explanation. If you're trying to fuck around with the Universal Century timeline, that's very different. I would say you need to kind of start with the original series because everything builds upon that within the timeline, and everything references events that happen in those shows. But like a lot of Gundam series are like a split dimension that has nothing to do with the Universal Century. So you could just watch 00. You could just watch Iron Blooded Orphans. You could watch fucking Gundam Wing. Like all those, like you don't need to watch any other shows to just jump right in. But dude, Witch of Mercury, really good anime. It's not even dubbed yet, I don't think. That's how fresh it is.
Fresh.
Great fucking show. I love Suletta. She's great. She's killing it. Super awkward, kind of annoying, but growing on me a bit. And that shows I'm having a good time. I think I'm on episode 5 or 6, something like that. There's like 12. And then my Final Fantasy update. I just want to say I did beat Final Fantasy 3. Beat that one. So now, again, remember, skipping 2, right? Because that game sucks. But Final Fantasy 1 I've beaten. The Game Boy Advance version. Final Fantasy 3 I've beaten now, the DS version, and now I'm playing the DS version of Final Fantasy 4. And that game is pretty fucking good. Everybody's always said it's really good.
So you're not playing the Pixar remasters?
Not for these, but starting with 5, I will be doing that for sure. I'll be playing the 5 and 6.
That's the last Pixar remaster.
5 and 6 are. Both have pixel remasters.
6 is a Pixar remaster?
Yeah, 6 has a pixel remaster as well, I think.
Well, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought 6 was the jump to
No,
3D.
7 is the
3D.
first 3D one, technically.
Oh,
7 was on the
Cool.
PlayStation 1, and that was the first 3D Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. That's why
I guess that makes sense because it was the first one, the PS1.
That's why 7 hit so hard in a lot of ways, besides just being a great game, because it like really was like a huge step up, graphically and in every fucking possible way.
It's the Mario 64 of
Final
Final Fantasies.
Fantasy, yeah, straight
It's
up.
incredible.
Although there's always like all these
Incredible.
like Final Fantasy spin-off games in between those on like the Game Boy and all this bullshit and whatever, and we're not talking about that. But mainline, and then I do have to call out. He's been on this podcast before. Omega Archetype, the homie, Randy.
Of course.
Him and Anthrometal. He's never been on this show.
They
But
came after you on
they
Twitter.
came after me because I put up a chart and I was like, okay, here's my spreadsheet of all the Final Fantasy games. Every mainline one. That's every game with a Roman numeral number. Final Fantasy 1 through 16, but not the online ones. They're like, no, fuck you. You need to put tactics on this list. I don't care what you say,
Agreed.
Jacob. And I'm like, come on, dude. I just want to say I beat all the numbered ones, but the online ones in 2. And then so they bullied me into putting tactics on the list. So it's on there, and I decided I'll get the Google Play Store version.
You know what else you should add to the list
What's that?
that has Final Fantasy characters in it?
Kingdom Hearts?
Oh God.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts has a 1, 2, and a 3. Just saying.
I've
Just saying.
beaten all 3, but guess what
All
game
right.
I'm playing
All
that
right.
you don't like? Chain of Memories.
Don't talk about that game,
Dude, I've beaten like 3 worlds in there, and it's fun.
I don't want to talk about
It's fun.
it. I don't
You don't like
that
cards,
game.
Sam? What's your problem with cards?
Why? They don't need to be in video games. Cards are for the table.
They are
Okay,
their
fair
own
enough.
game. It's true.
Unless you're playing Gwent, but that's just a card
Wait,
game.
whoa.
So that's
Do
completely
not
different.
contradict yourself, sir.
No, I'm not, because Gwent is just like playing in like a
An
tabletop
actual
card
tabletop.
game.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of Triple Triad? Huh?
I
Yeah,
have
that's
heard
from
of it.
Final Fantasy 8.
yeah.
Although I did like the one from 9 more, but I bet if I revisited the Triple Triad, I'd probably like it now.
I didn't like the card games at all in any of the Final Fantasies.
Now,
I-
Have any of you played Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade?
Not integrate,
No.
but I did beat
Oh.
remake, like without
But I
the
guess
integrate.
okay. But I guess if you played the original,
Mhm.
what's the strategy game that's in there? It's like
Oh,
the strategy mini game.
The mountain, the fucking
Yeah, crap.
Condor, Mount Condor.
Condor
Is that what it's called?
Mountain.
Miguel?
Condor.
Help me
I
out.
don't remember.
It's something Condor. It's Condor
Yeah.
Mountain.
There's the mini. They have that mini game, like a strategy mini game in an RTS, I guess.
Yeah,
In Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, and it's awesome.
it's fucking awesome,
It fucking rules,
dude. In
Like
the they also have that game in the original Final Fantasy VII,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
kind of cool. But the one in remake is fucking awesome. I totally agree with you, dude. I would just play a game of just that.
yeah,
know what I
like you play like several different people in it. And it's awesome, and you like collect different troops from each person, I believe.
Jacob, let's put this on the docket for best games within games.
Oh, that's such a good
episodes.
fucking episode.
That is 100% one of them.
Damn, that's a great
That
episode.
and Gwent, Orlog.
Oh god, that's awesome.
Don't even mention Machine Strike. Doesn't
Hey,
belong in the same sentence.
Oh yeah, is that in Forbidden West?
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
awful.
I still got to play the first one. I haven't installed on my PS5. The last thing I wanted to throw out there is Mochi Squeeze and we went to the board game place in Town Square here in Vegas, and I forget the name of the place, but the guy there is really cool. So just if you come here or you live here, you know about Town Square, look for the board game place. It's pretty dope. We bought this
Nice.
game called. Well, first of all, I bought a game called Diplomacy, which is a game I've been talking about needing to buy forever, and it's apparently like one of those like friendship enders type of games,
Whoa.
because like people get really mad or something, right? So I picked that up just because it was cheap and I found it there. And then we got a game called Everdell. So check this out. I think that's actually going to be my endorsement later. But Everdell is a really cool ass game. It's a card builder or a deck builder type of game, but like the board, you like construct a tree and then you put like cards on the tree and the little figures on the tree, and then you basically have to like build a little woodland creature city that's better than your opponents. It's 2 to 4 players. And then like each season you go through like 4 seasons, you can like put your workers down on spots and they give you resources, and then you can buy cards and then essentially build out your city, but there's a limited amount of slots. And Mochi Squeeze and I played that. It was a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Mochi Squeeze said it is cool, but I lost both games, so whatever, lol. But it was just 2 players, okay? You play. I'm sure a 4-player Everdell will be a lot of fun, but it's a great game. And you know, go out there and play. Go to your local board game store. You know what I mean? Got D&D dice or whatever. Go grab a fucking game. Try something out.
Board games are dope, dude.
I'm done.
Somebody in Jim Tacey's Discord the other day posted pictures of a Deep Rock Galactic board game.
Whoa.
I have no idea how it works, but I want it.
Nice, that's awesome. I was just in a board game store the other day. There's one here in town called Dundara's, and there's a Bloodborne board game that looks pretty sick. It's expensive, but I might want to go in with some friends on it and play it through it. We'll see.
Nice. What you been nerding out on there, Gage?
Well, we already all talked about the potential game of the year contender, Shadow Drop Hi-Fi Rush. That's amazing. I have been continuing my saga, my bedtime remote play saga with Chrono Trigger, and it has been so fun. I love that game.
Fuck yeah.
I have now like been to the future. I've been doing all sorts of cool stuff. Lots of time traveling craziness.
Have you made it to the end of time yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Is that I mean, I'll know, right? When that's like going to be a big story beat, I would
It's
assume.
a place that you go, but I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
No, I don't quite think I'm to the end of time, but I put a couple more hours since we talked last. And it's great. I'm playing the mobile version, but I'm using an Xbox controller with my cool little like phone mount on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been my like play for a little while in bed before I go to sleep game, and super good. I'm just loving it. It's scratching an itch I didn't even know I had. So that's cool. And then the only other thing, and we can keep this brief because we've been talking about it every week, but Last of Us Episode 3 had me as a puddle of tears on the couch with my wife. We were both sitting there sobbing, so that was good.
Man,
That was good.
thanks for bringing it up.
that show just continues to be awesome.
Did you guys see
America's
people
tits.
complaining about
You
the
must be hungry.
mountains outside of Boston?
Was that loud? I'm sorry.
That
No,
don't
I didn't.
exist.
Yeah.
I didn't know how long it was. I'm sorry.
That's hilarious. I don't know any better. It's fine.
They
yeah,
it filmed it all up in Calgary in Canada, so it makes sense that it's not exactly right.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
funny that they did
but-
that.
Yeah, it is.
And
funny.
also-
yeah, Boston is flat for sure.
Also, the window at the end was on the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
The bedroom was on the first floor, wasn't it?
I did think that they went to the downstairs bedroom.
My dad pointed that out.
Yeah, I wonder
So
what that means.
Maybe they moved around bedrooms. It's a big house.
I mean, either that
Yeah,
or
good point.
for me, that window shot was just an allusion to the home screen of
Yeah.
The Last
Yeah.
of Us, the game.
Yeah.
So
also
maybe
true.
I was listening to The Last of Us, the podcast with the showrunners and Troy Baker running it, and Troy Baker being his most Troy Baker-ish self. But they were saying that originally they had an idea to start every episode with a window shot and and then go into the first shot from there. But they said they filmed like a window for every episode, but they just couldn't make it work, and it was not really a good idea in the end. So
Nice.
anyway, so maybe it was just an artifact from that, whatever. But
Okay, this clip is for you, Gage.
Marcus
Okay.
tits. You must be hungry.
Did you hear that?
I did.
Marcus
did.
tits. Hold on, let's do one more. Let's do one more.
Get ready for
What we
a
got?
surprise.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was great.
Did you like that?
I did.
I got some. By the way, I went through all my soundboard stuff, and I have every clip besides Sonic sound effects. I have every clip that I booked in that thing. So
Was that first one with the guy in Leonardo, the lakes by the shack, who tries to sell you the prawns or whatever?
yeah. He says, "Marcus, tits, you're hungry." Wait, let's see what this one is.
French fry when you pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Great. That's a good, very good one.
That is a good clip. I didn't know what it was called. I had a weird name for it, so there you go.
There you go. That's a good episode. Aspen sucks.
Classic.
But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what I've been nerding out on. Last of Us, Chrono Trigger, Hi-Fi Rush, all good stuff.
It's a great time over there. Miguel, what you been nerding out on, man?
Deathloop mainly.
Yeah, I like to
I
hear it.
did watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent finally.
Oh,
Oh, the movie's so good.
Fuck yeah! Oh my god! What do you give it out of 5 pockets, dude?
I'd give it like a 4.5.
That's
It
why I
wasn't
like
perfect, but it was really good.
4.5,
Really
dude.
good. Now I want to watch Paddington 2. I did like the first. So I want to see. They're lying to me.
Why do people love this movie so much? We have to watch
That's
it.
what I want to know.
Yeah, we should all watch it one day, dude.
Damn.
We'll have a movie night. We could.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Pedro Pascal. I mean, he's
Nice.
just awesome in general, and I thought he did a really good job in the movie. It was just great.
hell yeah.
God
So,
Pedro
yeah,
Pascal's a good Joel. Pedro Pascal's a good Joel, but that's my favorite performance from him so far. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
it so much.
he's very good. But yeah, he was good in that movie. He was good as Hobby.
so fucking great, dude. Nick Cage killing it.
Oh yeah.
Nick Cage doesn't even have a daughter
Always.
in real life at all, which is funny.
No.
You know what I mean? So that's just a fictional like daughter.
Son Kal-El, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So-
well,
That's correct.
Oh,
the chick who the actress who plays his daughter in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Kids,
Wait.
isn't she?
little crush there.
Let's
on
see
her.
what this sample does if it works.
No, she's 18.
Glasses,
She's like
jacket,
20 something.
shirt. Call me glasses, jacket, and shirt.
She's Michael Sheen's kid.
Yeah.
I don't know
Whoa.
if you know who Michael Sheen is.
Oh, I
No,
know about
is
the
he a-
Sheens.
I know about the Sheens, but you know.
Michael Sheen and Kate Beckinsale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Well, no wonder.
Estevez.
No wonder indeed.
Miguel, what else?
I gotta see this movie, Miguel. I've not yet seen it. It's been on my list for a
You
while.
definitely need to see it, especially if you think Nick Cage is kind of just like ridiculous, but
Well, yeah.
in
Yeah.
general, and I feel like he kind of plays into that, and overall, I feel like he had a good time with it, and I enjoyed that because
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, I always enjoy people who can make fun of themselves and see how ridiculous it is that they are who they are.
Yeah.
But you definitely need to watch it. It's streaming on Stars, I believe.
Oh.
I have access to someone's account, so that's how I watched it. But
Nice.
it's really fucking good. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it. I've
Hell
been
yeah.
waiting. That was one of the ones I wanted to see in theater, but it just kind of came and went as I
Yeah,
waited.
exactly.
Because I was lazy, but definitely give it a watch. It's hilarious. Neil Patrick Harris is really good in it, even though he's not in it for a whole lot. But
I forgot he was in
overall,
there.
it's like all sort. It's a comedy. It's an action movie. It's all sorts of stuff. Very meta.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, I can't say any more good things about that. It just definitely give it a watch. It was really good.
Rad.
Yep.
But that's pretty much it. I watched that last night.
Great job.
Last of Us, obviously. I enjoyed the shit out of that. Nick Offerman did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, that obviously I don't remember 100%, but he wasn't gay in the game.
Yeah,
He
he was.
was.
He was.
He was gay in the game.
Yeah.
But
don't
you
ever
learn it-
meet Frank in the game.
Yeah,
but
you learn
Frank's
it.
Not, yeah.
Don't you learn it
Frank's-
from like journals or something that you find? Basically, is their story.
No, he says Frank was my partner.
But I think
okay.
You do find
but I
journals.
think unless you
I do
unless you
remember
read the journal,
I just don't remember very well, to be honest.
But you find a note.
There you
with
go.
Yeah.
Frank's
At least one
body.
note. Yeah.
So, but overall, I thought it was great.
suicide
Like,
note.
Yeah.
it was a great episode. I really enjoyed what they did with it. So
yeah.
that's going to be a thing I keep watching with girlfriend, like we have been. So,
And she's enjoying it. Polly Pocket.
she is. Yes.
All right. Tight.
yeah. So is my significant other who she watched me play through a good chunk of that game, but obviously didn't experience like the whole thing. And then I kind of like told her the synopsis of it after I finished the game, and then we tried to play Last of Us 2 together, but it was right at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was just really heavy, and some other heavy shit was going on in our lives, and so we weren't in the mood. But she's been loving the show, so it's cool to see the normies get hooked on it.
Mochi's
I'm watching it with my parents, and their experience with video games is Mario Kart. So
Yeah.
and the before mentioned Rock Band. So
I was going to say, which Mario Kart do you speak of, Phil?
64, right?
Huh?
64. I'm
So
assuming.
they got at least
Mario
a Switch
Kart
version?
4?
Oh no! 8 Deluxe. I
Nope.
play. That's the
Yeah.
only game like I play with them.
Double Dash was good.
So
My mom's a big Mario Kart 64 stan. She's all about it.
Oh, wow. That's the
my
only
mom's
one.
always trying to get me to play Mario Kart over there.
Nice.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, all right. Most of the time I'm like, nah, I'm good. Because I just
Dude,
it's just no competition, you know.
the only
I'm
video...
not even good at that game. They're just really bad.
Cool, man. Every once in a while, you just kind of have to be nice and do it.
True.
Exactly. I do it every now and then, especially when like my brother visits or something. So
Doo-doo. Mochi Squeeze
Doo-doo.
in the Mochi Squeeze in the chat said that was the saddest episode regarding the episode we were talking about of Last of Us. And then she said I cried and Jacob made fun of me. And that's not exactly true, but I probably
Doesn't
did.
surprise me.
I do make fun of her when she cries when we watch this. But that doesn't mean I don't also cry. I just make fun of her. But no, she said that's the saddest episode, and then I just said, buckle up.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that was like the happiest episode actually, but it was just it was
Buckle
happy
up.
sad.
well, Neil
it's-
Druckmann tweeted that.
Yeah.
It's like, why is everybody crying? That's the happy episode.
It is exactly.
Great.
It's only gonna get worse from here, everyone. So I hope you're ready.
Dude, I can't
fucking-
imagine some of the stuff that's gonna happen later in the season.
Bro.
I've already like been floored by 2 episodes, you know.
I know.
Ugh.
That
Gonna
first
be a
episode,
lot.
man. Yikes! All right. Anyway, so we're done with the Wibe new, guys. We got to get to the main
Done.
thing.
That was a good chunky meaty wibe new.
Yeah, it was a good time. But you know, we got Sam here. He likes to talk games and stuff. You know,
I
we
talk
got
a
a lot.
lot. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. We like talking. That's what we do here. It's a podcast. You know what podcasts are?
Keen just said he's gonna play with your mom, Sam.
I know.
Damn. You this guy. This guy is over here. He's talking about pineapples on
Scumbag, dude.
pizzas. He's talking about Underworld. You know what I mean? It's Keen Omega. That's what he does. All right. So let's continue. Let's continue the episode. Let's talk about remakes, everyone. We're talking about remakes. We're talking about remasters. We're talking about ports.
Remasters.
Remarstons, you know. John Marston.
Marstons.
John Marstoning. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to pull up some interesting notes on that. So first things first, do you guys know, and I don't know if you read the research, don't answer, but what is the first video game remaster or remake? I guess remake is the correct term in this situation. What's the first
first one
remake?
ever?
The first video game remake of ever. What is it? See if you can guess.
Mario.
Could it-
Huh?
Yeah.
Mario.
You're correct. It's Mario.
yeah.
It's
I didn't read anything. I just assumed it was.
no, you're actually correct, but it's Mario Bros, not Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
It's so that's like the arcade version of Mario where you're like it's 2-player and you gotta like hit the crabs from below and shit, and then like walk through them and kick them basically.
Makes sense.
So originally it came out as an arcade game in 1983. Then it was remade for the regular Nintendo, the NES or the Famicom, if you're in Japan, in 1988. So only 5 years difference between the original Mario Bros. And the remake of Mario Bros. And apparently what made it a remake was updated features and gameplay. So, interesting,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, I hate that game. I've always
Really?
hated that game.
Oh, that game's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I mean, I know it's the conceit of the game, but I just always hit the top of the thing above me and then come down right before the turtle, and then the turtle hits me, and I lose, and I get very angry.
We just
I
have
have
to
to learn how to
Nice.
jump better gauge.
I'm not good at it.
You were falling right into Cody's trap in chat. Don't fall into this Kirby trap, all right? He's about
He
to
said-
send some really fucked up emote, all right?
You know what? Don't worry. I'll pull up the
damn it.
fucking Kirby's feet picture.
I don't want to see Kirby's feet.
I'm gonna
good.
show you.
They're
uh,
gross.
I got this TikTok I follow that's all about like Mario characters, but their legs are way too long and big and muscular.
Oh, I love those. Yeah,
It's
they're
great.
Gross.
So it kind of reminds me of that. But so just picture Kirby, you know, but his legs are like fucking Terry Crews's legs. You know what I mean?
No, he doesn't have legs. He floats, man. He's just like a round
Yeah.
ball.
Ball.
Not this. Yeah, imagine a ball with Terry Crews's legs.
No, no one. He doesn't have legs.
No, but just imagine it. Can you use your imagination? Imagine.
No, I've lost all that. It doesn't exist anymore.
All right, here's a couple other like really early remakes. We got King's Quest 1, which came out in 1984, remade in 1990 for the Amiga
Okay.
and the DOS. It was originally on the
The
IBM
Amiga.
PCJR, which I don't even know what kind of computer that is. We got Tecmo Super Bowl, came out in 91 and was remade 2 years later for the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis.
I think they're kind
that
of just
crazy?
calling that port
Is
that
that
No,
port
it's-
a remake.
It's not a port because they updated the graphics and features and everything. And here's the thing about
Yeah.
video games back in the day, okay? The graphics only took so much time to, like, just in general, these games only took so much time and energy to develop. Like if you talk about the original Super Mario Brothers, like, it was a team of like 8 people. It was like no one. Like, you could
Sure.
really, honestly, a ton of NES games that we know were developed by like one guy, you know, because it was just so simplistic and the graphics were nothing. And like a lot of these people didn't even know how to make graphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the programming was the hardest part, but they would do the music and the graphics and the like quote unquote writing.
Right.
You know, all by one person. Yeah.
So like,
So writing.
Yeah, one player, two players.
The deep story of Pong.
Yeah.
5 million years ago, a ball was formed out of starlight, and then our 2 pong paddles were born 10,000 years later.
I thought that game was about the Cold War, actually.
Oh fuck. No, isn't that Tetris you're thinking of, dude?
I'm just kidding. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of draw the comparison there, because I mean, okay, when did Dead Space come out originally?
2000.
2003, 4, something in there. 5 maybe.
Whoa. That early?
Oh no, maybe it's 2008.
I was gonna guess 7 or 8.
No, I'm only getting the fucking.
I'll look it
Definitely
up. I'll
didn't
look
come
it up.
out
I'll
in
look
2023. That's for sure. 2008.
2008. All right.
Nintendo
Yeah.
or for the Xbox 360. So how many years is that, Miguel? 2023 minus 8.
15.
What is that? 15? 15 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
You guys
it's
can do math
interesting, though,
quick.
because that game feels like, to me, and maybe it's just because of like the style of gameplay it is, but I played Dead Space on Xbox backwards compatibility probably like 3-4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, and like in my mind it still holds up, but I know that obviously the remake looks eons better and the lighting is so much better and all that stuff.
It's
But I
honestly
feel like
it's blowing my mind so much playing that game, like how good it looks. It's really fucking crazy.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
But you know, it's like 2008. Believe it or not, even though it's 15 years ago, I still feel like gaming is still kind of tied to that era. Like, is at least mechanically.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
like Resident Evil 4, even though you can't like move and shoot, I think is like even maybe the oldest game that's still kind of in like the modern era. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, Uncharted was 2007,
Damn.
Oh, there you go.
and every third-person adventure game is, you know,
Well,
Pretty
I mean,
much
that's
brands off that.
PlayStation, what Uncharted was Tomb Raider, with
Right.
the man.
Yeah, that's what we used to call
yeah,
it.
Essentially, I mean,
yeah.
and I mean, it was a much better Tomb Raider with a better story, obviously.
Well,
be like
really,
To
Re-
you know, Mario.
yeah, really, Tomb Raider was Indiana Jones
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the woman. Yes, absolutely.
with a woman, and
Yeah.
then Uncharted
Is
is just
Just-
Indiana Jones
is Tomb Raider
with
Jones.
with a goofier man.
and a creepy uncle following you around and telling you what to do.
Dude, all right. It's funny that you say that you're saying Sully is a creepy uncle.
Uh-huh.
It's funny that you say that. My uncle looks exactly like Sully.
That's awesome. Does he
Like,
tell
not,
you
not even kidding. I'll have to send you a picture or something.
That's
Like,
perfect.
straight up.
does he tell
See
you
it.
how to like climb vines and stuff?
Nah, never once in my life has he
Damn,
told me that.
he needs to step it up, dude. Okay. So let's just quickly do a definition of the different types of redos for video
Oh,
games.
It's gonna be
Great.
hard. It's gonna be
Okay.
hard.
Now-
Actually, yeah.
Oh, okay, we're on Wikipedia. All right, so here we go. The definition for a remake is this. A remake offers a newer interpretation of an older work characterized by updated or changed assets. For example, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D and The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D which are the 3DS versions versus the original Nintendo 64 versions.
See, it's funny because I already would dispute that because like those games are not recoded. They're not they're not original code. They're still built off the N64 code, but they put new assets in. So like for me, a remake means you built that
Really
game from the
different.
ground up. Like you built that
Shadow of
game.
Colossus.
Yeah, completely new code, completely new everything from scratch.
Great job.
But I would say, you know, like that's not even necessarily a remaster, but maybe it's a remaster. Yeah, a new coat of paint for me doesn't say it's a remake. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's according to whoever put this wiki together. Okay, so now let's go on to the next one. A port is a conversion of a game to a new platform that relies heavily on existing work and assets.
Cool.
Those
we
you
agree
see
with that?
everywhere.
We agree
Yeah.
with that at least, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now here we go. This is where it gets weird. Remaster. A port that contains a great deal of remade assets may sometimes be considered a remaster or a partial remake, although video game publishers are not always clear on the distinction. DuckTales Remastered, for example, uses the term
Wow.
remastered to distinguish itself from the original NES game it was based on, even though it is a
Alright.
clean slate remake with a different engine and assets.
Maybe we should get a more modern example, like Mass Effect
No.
Legendary Edition.
No, I'm reading from this Wikipedia because it's
Duck
funny.
Hunt, oh my
No, DuckTales Remastered.
DuckTales. Oh, sorry, even better. DuckTales.
Is it really remastered though? Oh no, it is. It is. It doesn't look like an NES game.
I think
Or-
DuckTales is actually a remake. I think they built that game from the ground up. But yeah.
Holy shit!
Or there's
Good point.
Red Faction Gorilla
There you go.
No, there you go.
remastered.
Remastered.
And then we got reboots, games that use existing brands, but are conceptually very different from the original, such as Wolfenstein
God of
3D
War.
and Return to Castle Wolfenstein 2001, or Tomb Raider 96 versus Tomb Raider 2013 are
I
usually
love-
regarded as reboots.
I
God,
love how they
who's
use
writing
two
this?
I love how they use two examples of Wolfenstein, and then there's another reboot as well.
I know.
Like from 2000 whatever the
Yeah.
newest reboot was.
Jesus.
15, I think.
So I just thought it'd be fun to pull up this wiki because I found it to be kind of hilarious.
Now that doesn't have reimaginings on it.
No, not at all.
Interesting.
That's the thing.
Because like Final Fantasy VII Remake, if you really think about it, it's more of a reimagining.
That makes sense.
It's like they changed some shit.
Dude, I might
Yeah.
even call that a reboot, dog, because it is so different. You know what I mean?
Could be a reboot. That's true. It could be
You know what I'm
considered a
saying?
reboot.
If reimagining doesn't exist as a category, which it does, and it obviously is a reimagining, we all know this. But if we were to use a different term, I think reboot makes more sense to me. Honestly,
I hear that.
because it is just really or remake. You know what I mean?
I would
I don't know, though.
consider it a reimagining because it's still like the same. Like structurally, it's still the same. The story's like mostly still the same. It just adds like this little one. It really just adds this one aspect that changes it a little bit.
Right.
And then it's interesting to see too, like when that game, it's said it's going to be a trilogy. Like looking at that game as a trilogy, like just how that in and of itself kind of changes the overall package of the game. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm really interested to see what happens when you bust into the open world for that game. You know what I mean? So
Dude.
I cannot wait to go to Cosmo Canyon
Right?
and hear that fucking song. Oh my god, it's so good.
The song is so good.
That it's not going to go to open world, and it's going to be more like Final Fantasy 15's the end game, where it's kind of on a rail.
Okay.
I mean,
I'd be
consider
fine with that.
game is spent bigger.
Right.
How much of that open world are you actually going to get if it's only going to be 3 games?
yeah,
Right.
It's big for sure.
I would honestly prefer it to still be designed like Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, or I guess not Part 1, just Remake.
Yeah.
I would still like it to be designed like that, where it's more linear and stuff. And there's every now and then there's like an area where you can go do some quests or whatever, but I don't necessarily need an overworld from it. As long as I'm still like visiting all these places that you that you go to during the game.
Like the Golden
original
Saucer.
I feel like it's changed so much; it's a completely different game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely different.
That's kind of why.
It's same, like you still kind of get the same vibes. The characters are kind of there, but it's in essence a completely different game.
Yeah.
Someone who's played 7, the original, like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. No, I mean I've beaten it 3 times myself, and the story has deviated so hard already that it's like essentially think of it's a butterfly effect, right? We're already so off course, and there's even time travel shit happening. So anything is possible here, and I'm totally down with it. So guys, while I leave for a split second here, and you know why, tell me about another remake that you really like.
So one of my favorite, like, good prompts, Jacob. One of my favorite like remakes, I think, is because it does feel like, I think for me, a remake, unless it's gonna be more of like kind of a reimagining, or a reboot, like we've talked about. Like a remake for me, like the objective goal of it is to just be like, take the essence of the game that you remember and bring it into a modern scenario in which, like, your rose tinted glasses of your memory of playing the games is just seamless. Like, so for me, Shadow of Colossus is one of the ones that does that like so well, because like you just jump back into that game, and in your mind, if you weren't to go back and check or do a graphics comparison, like you just feel like that's what the game was back then, right? Like it was so groundbreaking and like mystical and kind of like, just like the mood and the feel of that whole game, and like the kind of mystical or like mysticism of the whole game just like shines through. And then the graphics are gorgeous, and then if you go back and look, you're like, I can't believe that's what it looked like on PS2. But like that's what a remake for me, like if it just nails that feeling of like, oh, this is what I remember the game as, but I'm playing it in a modern sensibilities, like that's what kind of nails it for me.
It's still crazy that that's a PS2 game though. Like
It
that
still looks
original,
cool. Yeah.
like that's insane. That game's awesome. I've never like actually sat down and played it, but I've watched my brother play it. I've watched Let's Plays on it and stuff. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's a PS2 game originally.
I mean, that. Go for
I
it.
wasn't able to actually play that on PS2, so I only played the quote unquote remake, but
Got it.
was an incredible fucking game.
Yeah.
So I could imagine having played it originally to playing it, you know, to where it became. Yeah, I could see why you would think that. Like, it's great. I mean, the game is just great over in general.
When you play it on PS2 or I first played it when I was young, it was one of those games where it was just kind of like bigger than my young brain was for. You know, like obviously like I don't know, it's kind of obtuse, you know what I mean? I mean, you kind of just go to these different sections and it's pretty simple ultimately, but yeah, it was just, you know, the story of it kind of felt almost like From Softy even, where it's just kind of like yeah, it's kind of obtuse and you kind of just piece it together by just the emotions of the game rather than it being kind of told to you the way video game stories are a lot of times. But yeah, they did a great job with the remake of just like capturing the feeling of it and then just upping the graphics and then a little quality of life stuff with the controls. Because I will say the PS2 controls are not the greatest. There's just some weird like lots of holding triggers while you're doing other stuff and yeah, just kind of some old school stuff.
Great job. Great job. Great job.
Great job. You guys are talking about my favorite PS2 game, aren't you? Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow. Yeah.
Woo! What a game, dude. New Game Plus. There was like twice the amount of weak points that you had to go after. You know, that first boss takes twice as long. Dude, that New Game Plus on PS2 was like, damn, I'm gonna play this game all over again, aren't I?
Wait,
man,
it had New Game Plus on PS2?
Yeah, it sure did, man.
Yeah.
It was
Holy
fucking dope as
smokes.
shit. Man, what a great game, and I'm glad you brought that up. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was what I was saying for me, Jacob. Like that's kind of like the embodiment of like what a remake should do for me, where it's like it's not like a whole new game. It's not you know, it's just kind of like taking what you remember a game to be and just like modernizing it and bringing it up to speed graphically and feel wise.
Yeah, so technically Final Fantasy VII isn't doing that at all. It's doing something completely different.
It was a whole new like combat style and everything, right?
But
Like,
holy
the whole game has changed. Yeah.
What one more time? Sorry.
So the whole game is changed.
Oh yeah.
Like completely different game at this point.
Characters are vaguely the same, you know?
That was my main issue with it when I first played it, because I was kind of hoping just for not necessarily a remaster, but
like the same
something
shit.
more similar to what I remember.
Right.
And then I had to get in the mind frame of this is a completely different game.
Right.
Essentially the same story, but not the same story.
It's hitting those bullet points, but then like everything in between is different. The gameplay is different.
Yes.
Some characters are kind of completely different a little bit. Most of them are about the same.
They fleshed out some of the characters, which it makes you care about them a little bit more.
Jesse.
Yeah, exactly.
Particularly.
Big match.
No, fuck Biggs and Wedge, you know.
Dude,
So-
whoa.
Jesse!
There's been a Biggs and Wedge in every...
It's all about Porkins anyways.
But
Sorry. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's true. It is all
it really
about
is all about Porkins, dude.
Sorry, I got mixed up because of the whole Biggs and Wedge reference.
Hold on, let me play this sample.
Yeah, 122, 122 and an 8. 122 and an 8. Terrific. Where the heck is 122 and an 8?
You're standing on it, dude.
That's a long sample, Jacob.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I can't cut it down because it's something I quote all the time, but I just had to play that. So let's get into some remasters and stuff that we haven't talked about. I love my soundboard. You know what I mean? All we could do is add to it. So according to Den of Geek, these are the best remakes ever. We got
all right.
Metal Gear.
Denim Geek.
That's right. We got Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes for the GameCube, I believe, which took the original Metal Gear Solid game and remade it from the ground up. Would
Nice.
want to play. Never played this version. Sounds really cool.
Dude, I have missed out on the entirety of Metal Gear, and it's just one of those video gaming blind spots for me that I feel pretty ashamed of. But
Womp.
It's,
You know,
it's also my blind spot, but I don't feel ashamed about it.
No, I don't think you should feel shame.
I started Metal Gear Solid 5, and the first like hour of that game is just a cutscene. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like, no.
That's-
let me go play a game where I'm actually like doing something.
That's what I have against JRPGs. Xenoblade 2 specifically. Ugh,
Well, that game sucks. So
that game sucks. It's got big old jiggly boobs in it though,
Whoa.
all over the place. 90% of that game is a jiggly boob. Dude.
I don't know about that much, but yeah, it does. It has.
I'm telling you, 90% of it. It's all titties.
So not necessarily ashamed. I guess like I've missed out on the Kojima of the Kojima, you know. So I just know him more as a personality than I do for an actual game maker. So like, you know,
So
I got about halfway through Death Stranding.
Personality than a game maker to begin with, in my opinion.
That's true, I guess.
Okay, all this Kojima history revision is ridiculous, but if y'all would take my one recommendation, it's to just play Metal Gear Solid, the original one. Just play that. It's a legit game. It's fun. But
like top down and stuff.
No, not really. Not the whole time.
To me, Kojima's just a friend of Jeff Keighley's.
All right, enough. Just I want to play this Twin Snakes redo. Okay, I'm down.
All right,
give it to me. Fuck you guys.
I rented it from my local video store when I was a kid. And I was like, this is hard. I don't know what to do, and then I put it away and never played it again.
I'll tell you what. I have this memory of not having a memory card and playing through the whole game at my dad's house over a weekend.
Wow.
And never turning the PS1 off. And that's how much I liked this game. But moving on to another remake that I've actually played that's actually really good. Super Mario 64 DS. Have you guys tried that one out? Anyone play that?
I've never played the DS version. I played it recently on Nintendo Switch Online, but
nice. Yeah. So what made this version cool, this remake, and it is a remake because, I mean, straight up, you could play as Luigi, Yoshi, or Wario as well as Mario.
Nice.
I thought it was dope. They even had extra levels in there for certain characters and stuff, and they all had like different abilities and stuff. So like, I feel like it's a good version of the game. Yakuza Kiwami, everyone talks about being an amazing remake of the first Yakuza game. What do you guys think? Thoughts?
Do you know when did the first Yakuza game come out? Do we know? Like, what did it look like? Was it an old PS1 game?
Yes. No.
PS1, PS2.
PS2,
okay,
I think.
Right on.
Yeah.
So it was just probably low poly.
Game I played, and it was great.
Nice.
This one, Kiwami?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, 2006 in the U.S. It was a PS2 game.
Yeah, 05 in Japan. Yep, you're correct. Yeah. Yep. It is good. It is good. Like a Dragon's really good. So play that too. We have Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. Originally, it was a Game Boy Advanced 2D game. And the remake is straight up turns it into a PS2 game.
Of course, this is on this list.
It's good. Play it.
Move on.
It's good.
Move on.
Look at Sora's face. He's like, "How could you say this, man? How could you say this shit
little
to
green
me?"
motherfucker. That's what me and my brother call Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket. Demon Souls on the PlayStation 5. What an outstanding remake it is. But damn, is it still the same game?
Looks gorgeous, but still got some Demon Souls elements of Demon Souls.
Oh yeah, I hate the fucking affinity. What is it called? The tendency system, the world tendency system. It's fucking stupid. It forces you to do multiplayer stuff, and but damn, does it look good, and it's still fun, I guess. But then we got Crash Insane Trilogy. I hear this is a really good remake.
For nerds. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Crash is too hard.
Really?
Really?
For the type of game it is. Like, I don't want to be banging my head, you know.
Fair enough. I mean, you want to talk about?
I played at my friends' houses when I was a kid, but I never liked the Crash games.
Demon Souls is too hard. Is my statement follow up to what you just said?
All right. I'm not saying Crash is like the hardest game out there. I'm just saying, for the type of like the 3D mascot platformer, too hard.
Yeah,
there's plenty of other ones that I can like chill out and play.
Dude, Tinykin,
way better.
Tinykin, the flow state you get in Tinykin is incredible. You know what I mean?
Well, even like Spyro, you know, that's way better than fucking
Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie.
Sly Cooper, but you know that game doesn't exist anymore.
Nobody even knows what that is, dude. Nobody even knows what that is. That's my banjo Kazooie talk.
Yeah, always. I love rare characters.
Shadow of the Colossus, we've already discussed as being what a fucking great remaster. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised that's 9.
Yeah,
I
what-
expected that to be
This
much
list-
higher.
This list is clearly subjective. Let's move on. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 can attest. I own that on PlayStation. It's really good.
Wow,
Really fucking good.
that's crazy. To me, like the remake is Shadow of Colossus.
Yeah, feel it. I
Wow,
mean,
so I'm
I
kinda
will
surprised,
give them like the treatment for this game, for this remake is pretty amazing. But
Mhm.
I gotta be honest, after playing like Skate won my heart, and then going back to Tony Hawk, like it's just not the same. I like the flow of Skate so much better.
There's
THPS
just so many skateboarding games.
Yeah.
these days,
Ollie
maybe.
Ollie World.
Ollie Ollie World, still got to play it. Tony Hawk Pro
PS Plus
Skater.
game.
What?
Ollie Ollie World's going to be the PS Plus monthly game
Oh, I can finally play it. Yes.
for next month.
Oh, I
Sounds
can't
like,
wait.
so.
Tony Hawk
a
Pro
great game.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater is very arcade. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
We have Metroid Samus Returns, which is actually a remake, I think, Metroid 2 originally.
Yeah, it is.
Right. This was on the 3DS, and it introduced like a counter system that was adapted into Metroid Dread, which I really enjoyed in that. So I hear this is a really good remake. Thoughts? No, move on.
I'm a Metroid Prime guy myself. So yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Talking about remakes, where's that one at?
give us 4. You know,
Yeah.
One day you'll get them.
Black Mesa,
Maybe.
which is
That
a
was really good.
Oh,
what a fucking awesome remake, Miguel. Right?
Yeah.
Damn.
That was great.
It's just
Well,
straight up.
cool because it's fan made too.
Yep.
Yeah, but Valve was cool with it, so it got an official release, which is way better than anything Nintendo ever fucking does.
I know.
You know what I
Come
mean?
on.
And then Valve was also too busy to do it themselves, so whatever.
They're like, sure, here, we'll give you some money, you give us some money, and then
They're like, wait, you did
no.
all the work already? Yeah, sure.
but
they're
it
doing
is
that with the Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah.
The
Straight
fans
up.
are remaking it.
straight up. But Black Mesa,
Gotta believe
if you don't know what Black Mesa is, it's just essentially a fan-made version of the original Half-Life with updated graphics and using the Source engine, and it is really good. So pick that shit up, play it if you haven't.
It's still kind of at this point. It took them so long. Not that they're amazing. I can't believe what they pulled off, but it still does kind of just look like Counter-Strike Go now. It's like still not the
Yeah.
greatest graphics ever, but it's all right. It's still great.
Oh yeah, great. We also have Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver on this list as number 5. So that's all you, Gage. What do you think?
Tim Geddes would be jumping for joy. He'd say, yeah, for sure, it deserves the spot. I'm a red and blue guy through and through. I don't really like silver, even though people all say it's the best of all of them. You can play red and blue in gold and silver, so I guess I get that. But
what about the Fire Red and Water Blue, whatever those remakes? Did you like?
To be
those?
honest, no, not really. To be honest, I like the originals better.
My boy.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You're a
I don't need.
purist.
I don't.
Purist.
Yeah. The
Oh.
further Pokemon has gotten, the doofier Pokemon have looked. The more gimmicks they've added that the game doesn't need, and the less obtuse the story and item collection has gotten. They
Yeah.
just handhold you way more. I don't know. I like the older stuff personally.
I was gonna say perhaps you've gotten older.
Agreed.
I think you're showing your age.
Definitely. But
But-
people do
Not
people do
for-
rave about this one, so for sure. So
Now, when they remade these, did they sell them as 2 different games still?
Yes, they did.
yes.
Fucking
yes.
scumbags.
I know.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Fuck you, Nintendo. Get out of here.
no,
I know.
Look, and
It's like-
everybody's like, "Oh, how the fuck is Pokemon the number 1 grossing entertainment franchise in all history?" It's because they sell 2 of everything they do, and people buy both all the fucking
fact
time.
That they still get away with that pisses me off. Like,
Same.
come on,
Same.
Pokemon
Anyone else
fans,
in the,
stop
if-
doing
yeah.
it.
No
if anyone
one
else in
does
the gaming
this.
industry tried that shit, they would be
They would be lynched,
demolished.
straight
Can you
up
imagine
lynched.
if EA did that?
Dude,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
No, but everybody's like,
They never
nah,
do
it's
that.
cool. Game Freak can just put out the buggiest, fucking worst running video game of all time, sell 2 of them, and I'll still buy them. Both.
Yeah,
Both
this
copies.
year we have Madden. We have
what the
Madden
fuck?
2023 and Madden 2023A, and you can only get the Vikings in 2023A.
No,
and
yeah,
you can
no.
only get
The
Lions
AFC
in
version versus the
2023.
NFC version, dude. Dude, I'll get
Yeah.
out of here with that shit. Okay, then we have the Resident Evil remake. The original Resident Evil on the PlayStation 1, remade on the Nintendo GameCube, which now, nowadays, if you buy the original Resident Evil, this is the version that you find, straight up.
Yep.
Because this is the version I own through Games with Gold on Xbox. I still haven't played through it, ever, actually.
It's just still the old school. For me, the Resident Evil, I can't do the cinematic camera like this. It's the over the shoulder that gets me. So I don't know.
I'm cool with tank controls. I really vibed with what's it called? What was that Bloober game that came out that had tank controls? Everyone talks
The
about
medium.
Yes, the medium. I actually really liked it. I thought that was
Me
a great
too.
game. So I could see myself vibing with this, but that's again because I'm old and I'm I experience games like this and
That game actually reminds me
nostalgia,
more
blah
of
blah blah.
more of a Silent Hill than a Resident Evil, though. But yeah,
No,
I feel you.
I agreed, but just in general talking about tank controls.
Yeah.
We have Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening for the Switch, a game that I really do want to still own one day. Sam, thoughts?
I forgot about this one. This game rules.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Somebody who's never played the original, because I'm not. This is the second Zelda game I ever played. Breath of the Wild was the first one, and this was the second one.
Damn, you got to play Link to the Past, homie. One of these days.
This game is awesome.
Yeah, sweet.
Is Link to the Past available on Switch?
Yes, yes, it is.
Nintendo
It's
Switch Online, yeah.
yeah,
online
the
thing?
Super Nintendo Online
Interesting.
thing. Yeah, I would suggest try it out, dude. That's still one of my favorites. One of my top Zeldas.
I'm waiting for them to do this shit with more
Right.
of the Zelda games, 2D Zelda games. Like, just why not do it?
Agreed.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Like, I love the art style.
So
The
cute.
gameplay's fun.
Yeah.
Fuck the Falcon Tower, I think it was, or the fucking just start going throw bombs around at random walls. One of them were open.
Well, the interesting thing about this remake is that the Game Boy itself, the screen was very small.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was full screen size. It may have been even smaller than that. So like in each like page or whatever, each like little map that you'd go through would like move the screen up, down, left, right to like go between them. This game kind of did away with that and made like the areas way bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention like updated the graphical style to almost like a diorama style versus like that 8-bit like green scale fucking and Game Boy look. So like when I think of man, what is a remake? You could say the game like this where it took like the nothing almost Tycho graphics, Tiger graphics, right? And then made it 3D, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty
'cause it's
incredible.
It still feels like a 2D game,
Yeah.
but it's 3D, and that's like what I like about it. It's so cool. It's such a cool little.
The like tilt shift that they use too makes it so like cute and cool.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Then of course Final Fantasy VII Remake, which we've talked about. Play it if you can. It is on PS Plus Extra, including the Intergrade upgrade. So you can play the PS5 version with your $15 subscription. I know that because that's the tier I have, and I have Intergrade because of it, and I'm gonna play through that. But check it out.
I hope Yuffie's controls are a little tighter in part 2.
Okay.
Did not love the way she controlled.
I see.
Combat's
Do you
still
guys
fun.
think? Do you guys think this comes to Xbox when the next game comes out?
No, not until they all.
I don't
come
think this
out.
game's coming to Xbox. I think that ship sailed.
Yeah. I think
possible.
Square is fully in
Unfortunately.
bed with Sony. Yeah.
If it comes to Xbox, it'll come to Xbox as like Final Fantasy Remake Ultimate Edition, all 3. You know what I mean?
In 5 years.
19 years.
Yeah, exactly. In like 7 years.
Yeah.
So
it won't be
and
that long. It'll be
it's
like 3
7 years. 7 years. Resident Evil 2 is their number 1, guys.
I
Resident Evil 2
bet
remake.
you all those damn Final Fantasy 7 games are going to be out before the next Elder Scrolls game.
Well, oh no.
I guarantee.
Yikes.
The whole trilogy is out before the next
Dude,
Elder Scrolls game.
That
Actually,
makes me a sad guy.
It's not even a big deal because we're going to be spending so much time playing
Stupid
Starfield,
to
bro.
think about.
We're just going to be playing
Well, yeah, that's true.
Starfield for the next, 30 years.
I know,
Starfield
and
and ESO.
I'm excited for Starfield, but I do love the Elder Scrolls in a different way than I love the other games.
Look,
But yeah.
Elder Scrolls is
Same.
great and all, but, I'm a sci-fi slut. You know what I mean? Give me my sci-fi stuff. I'm down. So Starfield,
know.
I'm waiting
So
for it.
much sci-fi though.
Exactly.
I love
and
it.
I just love the 9 divines. I want to be a alkalite for Azura and
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you see Malog Ball the other day? Don't you just want that squid boy? Just like
yeah, right? God damn.
yummy.
Yummy.
I
Yummy
love
Molly Ball
Ball.
squid. Me too. His weird library world. Let's go.
Oh, it's so cool.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking
And-
of
No, yeah,
No, I'm right.
Glasses,
Okay, good.
jacket,
or not
shirt,
Malog
call me
Ball.
glasses,
Sorry, I meant to say
jacket,
Hermes
shirt, man.
Mora.
Hermes Mora. We were
Mal-
talking about the same thing.
Yeah, Malog Ball is on my mind because he's the bad guy in ESO.
And he's got a
The
dope ass
main
axe
version.
or a mace, I guess you'd call it.
Yes, he is a sick mace. But
All
yeah,
right.
Hermes Mora is probably my favorite Daedric god because his library world's dope as hell.
Here's another sample.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Still going?
Oh my god!
Thank you for that.
There you go. 2 weeks. The next game, the next game on this list, Resident Evil 2. That was a good remake, right? I
Hell
never
yeah.
played it. But I hear it's really good.
It's really
I guess
good.
I guess that is the remake.
Oh yeah,
Over.
big time. Miguel, you got thoughts there?
No, I was gonna say I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Mhm.
I've never really been a big Resident Evil person though.
Good talk.
I mean, I'm nervous for Resident Evil 4 because Resident Evil 4 isn't that scary of a game. There's some scary moments for sure. Like later in that game there's this creepy lab section that I think is going to be terrifying. But Resident Evil 2 made like every moment of Resident Evil scary, which is like, again, most of that game is just campy and kind of like, whatever, but like the lighting is just so nerve-wracking with your flashlight because everywhere you aren't looking, you can't see, and it's just, yeah, it was good.
Did you play 7 Gauge?
Yes, I tried to.
That one's
First
scary
person-
as fuck.
Dude, first-person horror, I just can't do it. Like I'm too scared. I don't know.
it's
too
so
scared.
scary, dude. So fucking
That game
scary.
made me shit my pants almost.
Yeah, first person, man.
Same here,
Why
man.
do
Yeah.
people do that to themselves? Why play
Yeah.
a scary game?
Because it's
Yeah.
fun, bro. Dead Space is fun. It's fun.
Dead
But
Space
again,
was a good time.
Okay, we got to move on
Terrifying.
to I'll go. Look, I'm gonna do this really quick, but here's IGN's best remakes. They have number 10, Shadow of the Colossus. Number 9, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Number 8, Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It's the same list, just in a different order. But then at number
Yeah.
7, they have Live a Live, which I've heard really good things about. 6,
I want to play that.
I want to play it too. 6, Half-Life Black Mesa, of course, is on there. But they also have Metroid Zero Mission on here for some reason. Because I think it's a
People like that
remake.
one.
It's a remake of the original NES one.
Yeah.
Then 4, Resident Evil Remake. 3, Demon Souls. 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake. And their number 1 is also Resident Evil 2 Remake. So I think, guys, we probably should play this video game. People are saying it's good. That's all I'm trying to say.
I'm gonna wait for 4. I'm really excited for 4. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Okay, so moving on to movies really quick. Unless you guys have one more video game remake hot take.
Well, I just want to ask one question, just because I think it'll be interesting. We
Sure.
can just do this quickly. We can go around the panel. What game in 2020, obviously, whenever it would come out, 2023, 2024, do you think needs a remake that you would like to actually see be remade?
Oh man, I had thought about this question and I forgot my answer. Legend of Mana is always going to be the game I'll throw out there just because I love
Cool.
that game, and You know what I mean? And me and Miles Dromper of fucking the Xbox Windows Central shit, we're always talking about Legend of Mana. So I'm gonna throw that out there.
Cool. Would you want it to be remade like an HD 2D or like a Final Fantasy 7 type of thing?
Oh no, yeah, just straight up make it 3D. I'm thinking like along the lines of like Trials of Mana, which is a remake of the second Secret of Mana game that never dropped in America, which was a 2D game. So yeah, I would say just go that route. You know, pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Anyone else got any little ideas to cook up there?
I still want my Knights of the Old Republic, but that's just me.
Ooh,
Oh, I
They're
feel you,
working
dude.
on it, all right?
They are working on it.
I want it now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Sly
I
Cooper.
mean, what?
Sly
What?
Cooper, Sam.
Bro, I would die if they gave Sly Cooper the Spyro and Crash treatment. Oh my
Right?
god.
Come on.
That would be
That's the
incredible.
one, right?
Yeah, but the more interesting one I think would be obviously I'd say Morrowind, but the fans are kind of remaking that, and like
True.
I'd rather see Elder Scrolls 6 than a remake of Morrowind, like if I had a choice, because I would rather have something completely new. A remake I would have liked to see is Dragon Age Origins.
Oh yeah.
That makes
Great
sense.
answer. Great answer.
Because it's easily the best of the Dragon Age games.
Mm-hmm.
I still like. I mean, I love Inquisition a lot.
Yeah.
And 2, I think, has probably the best main story, main narrative to it. There's just a lot wrong with that game, though. But the main thing with Origins is it's just so old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it's been a
feels
while.
a lot
Right.
older than it actually is. Because what year did that come out in?
Yeah, 2000 something.
Dragon Age
It could use a new coat of paint. You know what I mean?
So that came out in 2009, and I
Mhm.
believe
Yeah, I think 2 came out
Man.
like a couple years later, right?
2011 maybe or something. But like Dragon Age Origins feels older than Mass Effect 1, but
Yeah, it
Mass Effect 1 is 2 years older than Dragon Age Origins. I've always and they remastered Dragon Age 1 or Mass Effect. And obviously like that Mass Effect 1 is the one they put the most work into.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I've honestly always felt that Mass Effect aged much better than like way better than Dragon Age Origins.
But
Um,
technically, they did kind of like remake 1 though, Mass Effect, right? With the Ultimate
No.
Collection. I mean,
It's not
they-
remade
they claim that it's
It's-
almost like remake, like
because it's the same
treatment,
engine.
right?
It's the same. They just up-res the textures. Like it's 4K textures.
But they did change a little bit. Like they moved some things around, right? Like in the game
Well,
world.
they
and-
update the UI a little bit.
Yeah, stuff
and the
like
control
that.
scheme.
So is that
But
a remake?
I wouldn't consider it one. It's not a like they didn't. It's not from the ground up. So, but like,
Okay.
I would love a like from the ground up remake of Dragon Age Origins. Yeah, that game, it would rule because it's
Agreed.
still one of the best RPGs out there.
Mhm.
And I just think what holds it back is some of the gameplay stuff. The level scaling for enemies is god awful.
Yeah, it sure is.
Like so bad.
You can find
So I
yourself
would
in a
love to
pickle in that game.
see a remake of that.
Anyone else?
I agree. I kind of want. I mean, if I had to choose between ES6 and this, I wouldn't do that. But if it was another studio remaking it, like a Blue Point or a new studio, Morrowind, I think would just be. I just think it's the best story and world of the Elder Scrolls games. But obviously the combat and just the
We know
graphics.
we know you love Morrowind, dude.
We know.
We
I
know.
know. So, but that's not
your
really my
game,
answer.
dude.
Anyways,
That's your game, dude. You love that game.
I'm gonna
Yep.
throw a different one out there just to be weird.
Okay.
I want to see a remake of the PlayStation 2 / PC classic Oni by Bungie.
Ooh, that's good. Nice.
It was like a weird third-person action game. Like, there was guns, but it was also like martial arts combat type of stuff.
Daikatana.
It was kind of like Absolver-ish. Like it was like you'd get into these like martial arts combat scenarios. You pretty much played as like the general from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, nice.
But technically, and it was really cool. And it was like Mega Man, where every boss that you beat, you would like get their weapon or like their martial arts move after you beat them. So it was like you kind of like, I don't know, got new skills by beating every boss. Anyways, I love that game, but it's just really old at this point and feels very old school.
Tight. Miguel?
Okay.
Miguel, you got anything?
Jade Empire.
Fuck yeah!
nice.
Ooh.
Great
Hell yeah.
answer. Damn. That's such a great answer.
That is.
Woo.
Out of left field.
Dude, can we get Jedi Empire 2 or something?
Just all those old BioWare games, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Remake
For
them
real.
all. Like,
Yeah, all of them.
For real. I thought of another really good one, guys. Descent.
Oh, I was thinking The Ascent.
No.
not-
Descent.
I was like, that just came out.
Where's my old gamers at, dude? Descent
What the
remake.
heck is
Let's
Descent?
go.
I gotta look this up.
Look up Descent. All right. Let's talk about movies while you guys look that up. I asked on Twitter, name a good movie remake and a bad movie remake. Sam Clement, a.k.a. this guy right down here. He
Hey, that
said,
guy.
good movie, Peter Jackson's King Kong. I agree. Great
Agreed.
fucking remake. Bad, Lion King, Jungle Book, Aladdin, Dumbo. I'm adding to it.
fucking all of them.
All of the Disney remake
All of
movies.
And how many have I actually seen? None of them. 'Cause I fucking refuse to
Dude,
support that shit.
all the
Me too.
ones I've seen weren't very good.
Like-
So I don't know.
For the most part, totally against movie remakes because I get game remakes because they make games more accessible.
Mm.
Movie remakes, they're not making them more accessible. They're just money grabs.
Right.
Like that's all they are. And unless it was just a bad movie to begin with, and you want to make it better, then whatever. But like, that's not what most remakes do. They take a good movie, and then
Make it worse.
try to make it better. Sometimes they succeed. Most times they don't. But like, how the fuck do you make Lion King better?
You don't.
Yeah, you're like, just watch
You
the OG.
literally cannot make Lion King better. It's one of the best animated movies ever made.
You're right.
It's what are you doing?
Look,
I don't
there,
need to see a live action lion.
there are
live
some
action lion.
there are some really good movie remakes. Let's go through this Twitter
There's some
thread.
good ones.
Omega Archetype responded with good remake, Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. What a fucking great film that is. Bad remake, The Mummy, 2017, which is the one with Tom Cruise.
I can only
That was more
imagine.
of a reboot.
You're right. But
Terrible.
Miguel, just to clarify, remake will include reboot and any of that type of stuff. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know how
Yeah.
King Kong works. Is that a reboot? Is that a remake?
Yeah.
Remake.
I would
Same
say
with
like,
same with like
I would say, like-
Godzilla.
yeah.
All right. At
Planet of the
Robust 282, which his name on there is Slacks, replied, "Good, The Fly," which is from the 80s with Jeff Goldblum,
I agree.
which is an incredible film, which is a
Cronenberg.
remake of a black and white movie, sci-fi movie from the past. Bad remake, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
The Marky Mark one?
The
Yeah.
Marky Mark
Wahlberg one.
Planet of the Apes
I
movie.
think I just found an ape.
Jesus, I was ready to like fight. I thought they meant the Matt Reeves.
Oh
Planet
no,
of the
no,
Apes trilogy.
no!
I was like,
Those
what
ones
the
are good.
fuck?
Those ones are good.
Yeah.
I give those credit, but the
Marky
the
Mark.
shitty ass Marky Mark one.
Is that the Statue of Liberty?
Just as
Don't
bad,
do
just
this
as
to
bad
me.
as the Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
Oh no!
Yeah, agreed.
No! Don't bring that up.
I almost
Godzilla
put that one down.
2000. This motherfucker's talking about Godzilla 2000 right now.
It's so bad.
Ah, fuck. Oh man, I lost my page here. Hold on.
I can tell you what I said.
Pull that up. Yes, please. Please do.
I said good remake, Ocean's 11. I like
Oh
that.
yeah, great.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Tom not Tom Cruise. What's his name?
Brad Pitt, George Clooney.
George Clooney, thank you.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
The
Pretty
Clune.
much everyone
The
in that movie. Matt
Cluninator.
Damon, Don Cheadle. I mean, the list goes on.
The Cluninator. Go ahead.
What did I say for bad? I don't remember.
I'm trying to bring it up, and my fucking Twitter's being slow. I just had it up 2 seconds ago. Here we go.
I don't remember what I said for bad now that I'm thinking about it.
Doesn't even remember what he said.
Oh my God,
I
this
know.
guy.
That's all right.
I could. What the fuck, dude? My Twitter is being slower than molasses and ice put together.
Okay.
Like it's a.
Real quick, Ryan Marshall tweeted at me earlier today and said, "I think it's time for a Sneak King remake," which is
Oh
God.
That's creepy as hell.
Gage made the brilliant observation that Fantastic Four is a bad remake.
There you go. Thank you. There it is. Yes.
Oh no.
Is that a remake though? Is that a reboot?
I guess it's a reboot.
Well, they're all
But
bad.
still,
They're all
yeah.
bad. Foxy Steve, or at Steve Foxy on Twitter, who's a homie. He's been on Odd Valley
of the
Live
show.
once. Yeah, friend of the show. He said, good movie remake, Evil Dead 2013, which I agree. Great film. We watched that on Halloween, Miguel, with Hayato, if you remember that one time.
Yeah.
Great film. Bad movie remake, Ghostbusters 2016. Hard same.
I've heard
Yep.
bad things.
Borzin Awesome Murphy. You may know him from Kind of Funny Content, being one of the people who writes in a lot. Yes. All he said was The Thing.
Oh,
So
well,
I
that's a
don't
good one.
know if that's good or bad to him.
Good, right?
I'm assuming it's good. But yeah.
That's a good one. I would say that's good.
Oh, and then I'll also say that Eric of X Interact said you don't like Will Smith as Genie, to respond to Pizza Man Sam's tweet. So there's that. Also,
because I've never seen it, and
you keep his lamp's name out your
Yeah.
fucking mouth.
why can you get any better than Robin Williams as Genie?
You don't know.
You
You
don't
haven't
know.
seen it.
does it?
The answer's
does,
no. You can't.
Does this sound like someone swinging?
Are they gonna remake Aladdin 2: Return of Jafar
Yeah, I hope so.
or Aladdin 3?
Oh fuck, dude.
Fucking
Jafar eats Pizza Hut.
I'm done.
what the fuck is Aladdin 3 called? How did Aladdin get 2 sequels?
I know what. Man.
Those Disney movies get.
Oh, Gage, you got me with that one.
Yeah, I got you.
That's true. Lion King
Okay.
got a sequel for some reason.
So I'm not gonna go too deep into this, but I did pull up an article that showed me that the first ever film remake happened in 1896.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
I didn't even think
what
motion
the
picture
hell
was
movie
happening
would
yet.
they remake?
It's something French. You know what I mean?
I'm sure.
Of course.
So if you feel like, man, why are they remaking so many movies these days? Well, guess what? They've been doing that shit since the fucking 1890s.
A long tradition.
You know what I mean? One last. Well, I got a couple more articles. I'll make them super quick, I swear. Because we have a couple other things to go over.
Sam, you have time? I know it's later for you. You're good?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I pulled up the all-time worldwide box office list. Top grossing movies for remakes.
Lion King's number one. I can tell you that right
It
now.
sure is. The Lion King
Sure.
2019. Guess how much
Bust.
money it made? Take a wild guess.
Like over $2 billion.
No, you're not
No.
that high. It's not that high. It's $1,647,000,000. Damn.
Pretty close.
Still
What's-
way more than I thought.
Very close.
What's the number 2 on this list?
Avatar. Well, sorry.
No.
But
Probably one of the other Disney.
Get-
Jungle Book?
Guess which one?
Is it Jungle Book?
It's the Beauty and the Beast, bro.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay. I always forget about that
Damn.
one.
And then
Oh,
what's
wait, that one I
Basically
forgot.
kind of a Pocahontas remake.
still over $1 billion. $1,268,000,000. Holy shit.
I've never seen the Beauty and the Beast remake, but that one I semi-respect because Emma Watson, and that's the only reason.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying.
way to go.
Still don't respect it though. Just like mild respect.
That Emma. Number 3 on the list is what, Miguel? Yeah, the Emma, Pandafin. The Emma.
The Thing. It's not The Thing. I know that. But
No, it's Aladdin from 2019 as well.
Oh, get out of
Still
here.
over $1 billion.
There's just more people now. There's more
God.
people, so therefore more people go see movies.
You know what they should have done is just re-released the original movies.
Yeah,
I would have gone.
I would have went
4K
for
or
sure.
some shit.
I would have went.
Would have been
Um,
amazing.
with the commentary, bring out Jonathan Taylor Thomas. You know what I mean? I'll buy that guy a beer. Number 4. we're just gonna do one more. What's the fourth grossing remake of all time?
Junk Book.
No, this
probably
one
not
is
Junk Book.
okay. I'll
I
give
don't
you a
think that
clue.
one made
I'll give
a
you a
ton of money.
clue. It's not Disney this time.
Is it
Wow.
Yeah.
is it Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within?
That's not a remake, but no.
Not really. No. Sorry.
Thank you for the callback. Chat, you can weigh in too. Go ahead.
We're on number 4, the fourth highest.
Fourth highest. Don't Google it. Don't you dare Google it.
I'm not.
All right. Hands up. What could it be?
I don't know.
Could it be something we talked about earlier? Perhaps. Pandafin in chat guessed cats. That's incorrect.
Cats.
I don't.
Forgot.
Let's see. Cats.
Get it out of here.
No.
I'm not even seeing cats on this
Ocean's
list at all.
11? I don't know. That probably didn't make
No,
that much
Miguel,
money.
you got the last guess here, buddy.
The Fly. It's not The Fly. I
No.
know it's not The Fly.
That's a good song though. No, it's 2014's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Interesting.
Okay.
Isn't that
I didn't know we were
interesting?
counting that.
Yeah,
Yes.
No,
call it
that's
a
in
reboot,
there.
but whatever.
It's a remake. No, it is a remake because there was a movie in the 70s, I believe, maybe 80s,
yeah,
called
called
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah,
okay.
straight up.
All right.
If you haven't
those
seen
movies
the
are so good.
classic of the Apes movies from way back when, you need to watch them all. Just do it. I
Nah,
did.
just watch the new ones.
No, watch the old ones. They're good.
The ones are
Um,
good.
I
Old
did
ones are
like
good.
the old ones way back in the day.
Yeah, I watched them. I had them
The
on
old ones are
VHS.
creepy though.
Oh yeah, that's part of it.
That's why they're
That's
But
part. That's
if
part
you
of it.
do watch them, then you'll get a Spaceballs reference, and
Nice.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm
Who
going to
doesn't
see
love it?
Spaceballs
Gotta get all those.
in the theater, a local theater here that plays old movies on Sunday. That'd be cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Talk about a movie that they should remake.
You know what they should? I mean, no, you never. I'm lying. It would be terrible. But they should do another Spaceballs for the sequel trilogy. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be funny.
Maybe
Great
depends
job.
on who does it.
Okay, we're done with all that
Korean
bullshit.
shots.
We just got to
I-
do our segments left, guys.
Okay.
We're
let's do it.
we're basically done.
Hey, I'm here for it.
So what segment did I have again? What was it?
Neo Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wanted to go
I-
over the elections. Maybe we could just do that next time.
I'm down to do that next time.
Let's do the elections next time. Let's do our Neo Pokemon next.
I sent
This
you.
is-
I DM'd you all the new guys.
Ah, perfect. Okay.
Oh, here's the only thing. There's one for the X to Interact. Since Sam is on, I figured we'd do an X to Interact official Neo Pokemon. But there's
Oh.
two you have to pick from because I couldn't decide which one I like better.
Whoa.
Oh, you gotta just tell me the number corresponding to like which one it is from that batch.
That's a lot of
upload.
pressure.
Okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
Does that make
I'm gonna
sense?
choose the one that I know my other 3 co-hosts would hate more.
So
Perfect.
let me in
Yeah,
case
back it up.
anyone
Back up
are
the
new
truck, yeah.
listeners or haven't heard the segment because it's been a while. I have gone through the process. I wanted some perks for our listeners, our followers, right? So anyone who follows us on Twitter or Twitch, I am going to, as a bonus for you, as a little gift to you, I'm going to use an AI to generate a Neo Pokemon, not to be confused with Pokemon. This is our own thing.
10% difference, fine.
100% different. Yeah, exactly. But you are gonna have your very own Neo Pokemon, and our job is I use an AI to generate it using your Twitter handle, and then our job on this show is to give it a name and a type. Right? It could 2 types technically, whatever, like a major and a minor type. So if you want to bring up Pizza Man Sam's to start off, Jacob, that might be a good way to refresh our memories about
Sure.
these things.
I'm just downloading them all as you continue to tell everyone about what's going on.
Yeah, so
download one
pretty
more.
much if you follow us on Twitter, if for every new follow we get and stuff, we'll bring up one of these. I'll make an AI generated Neo Pokemon, and we'll give it its very own name and type on here on the channel for you, and then I'll tweet it at you from our official channels, and that can be kind of your Neon Pocket Dimension avatar, so to speak.
There you go.
And then eventually we're gonna do like a draft with these or some sort of like we'll make some sort of game out of them.
Yeah, and I mean we're basically just gonna make cards. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go.
So.
So I did make one for our guest here. Sam has been on before, so I did make one for him, and I think it's probably my favorite of them so far.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. So anyway, we're gonna do a few more of those today. It's been a while since we've done this segment, but I like to reach out on Twitter and ask you if it's cool that we use your Twitter handle publicly and stuff. But this is Pizza Man.
I have to resize this because it's the only way it's gonna work.
Look at this
for me right now.
Goomba.
It wasn't ready
I
for this.
love him. I love him. He's wearing the backwards hat.
I should make this my avatar on
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
different
I did that for a
platforms.
minute for the OM Jesus one that I came up with. Although I don't know what
Yeah.
happened to it.
Look
So
at
there you
this
go. We got
Goomba.
we got the Pizza Man Sam Mon. You know what I mean? So
Here, I think
we're
I
gonna
think
give
we
it
just called
types.
Pizza- I think we just called it Pizzamon, and it's like a fire and fighting type or something.
Yeah, I think it's
Hold
fire
on.
and fighting. Yeah.
I do like the nice touch. It looks like he has a backwards hat on. And I
Yeah.
wear hats a lot. So I
Do
do
you
like
see
that.
the pizza slices in the middle of his chest?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about it.
Yeah, it's
I don't-
kind of rad.
I don't see one pineapple in this entire
it's
thing.
looking cooler. I like it more than I initially did.
Oh, that's good. Kino
His
Mega
name-
says fire normal. No, we say firefighting, dude.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. I do have it.
Gotta
Oh,
be
you have the
firefighting.
type. You have the type.
He's
already.
He's fire and fighting. I was right.
Yeah.
His name is Zabear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Zabear, and he is he's a fire and fighting type. There you go.
Fuck yeah.
Hell
Pandafin
Can I
said
find
fire
that on
ground.
Twitter somewhere?
Fire
I
normal. or
tweeted it
something.
at you from our official channel at some point, but I'll tweet
Long
it at you
time
again
ago,
just
yeah.
for fun.
Okay.
Just for fun.
I'm gonna
Okay.
save that. I'll make it a profile picture on something.
Okay, so let's
Love it.
jump into we got in the chat right now Kino Mega who's asking, where the fuck's my Neo Pokemon? Well, here you go.
Hey, guess what? We got you, buddy.
Guess where it is, bud.
Man, he's
oh,
still
wait.
awake.
I have
Can
to
you find that?
I can, yeah. Just hang on. B-roll. Wait, what the fuck? B-roll window.
Thanks for staying up with us, Cody.
You know what? I think I realized the problem. No, sure didn't. Okay. Sorry, guys. I have to open it with Paint because that app
Wow.
sucks.
PCs are an interesting thing.
Yeah, it's like it worked and then it didn't, and then here we go. So I'm
He
sorry,
looks
guys.
like a
You're gonna watch
turd.
me.
Which is pretty accurate.
You guys
I'm
can
being
watch
honest.
me slice the windows to be ready for the next ones.
Sorry.
Okay, so here's Kino Mega.
Turd
This is-
bear.
Turd mouse.
Turd Mouse.
Yeah.
I treat it like a Tootsie Roll.
I like him though. Look at his little collar.
Dude,
it's
I
nice.
feel like Kino Mega's Pokemon can punch so hard. You know what I mean? Look at the size of that arm.
I feel
kinda
like
looks like
he
Big
drove
O.
through some shit too,
I say, yeah, rock ground Pandafin pitches. I'm gonna go hard with that. Like I
He
totally
looks
agree.
mean.
He is kind of mean, but
This
he's kind of dressed up nicely though too. You know.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, I
his
see
little
the
collar.
collar. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I say rock ground. What do you guys think?
Rock. I think rock ground is true. Do we have any names coming up? Turd mouse is one of them for sure.
Turd mouse.
I think we go with that.
I say we go with Cody Digger.
Code digger.
Code Digger. Yeah, Code Digger is good.
Turd digger.
Turd Digger.
Turd Digger.
Turd digger is pretty
Okay,
good.
well, we got a few options there. We'll put up a poll on Twitter for this one. You know what I mean? And we'll move on to the next one.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna say turd digger.
Yeah, put down like four the options we mentioned there. if you don't mind.
What did I say? Turd mouse.
Did we come up with 4?
Yeah. I said turd. No, I said Cody Digger.
Cody Digger.
Cody Digger.
All right.
All right. Let's
Cool.
move on to the 2 possible X interacts. Are we ready?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna help us choose the official one here. I mean, I don't usually do this. I usually like to just mix it up, but I really couldn't pick a final one today. I was having trouble. So
Okay, here's one of
This
the
is
X interact ones.
kind of cool.
All right. Liking that. Looks like Hermes Mora.
It does kind of look like Hermes Mora. What's interesting about this is that the AI was actually picking up your guys' color scheme, which was cool.
That is
yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
And the next one you'll see it even more so. So this is the
Hard
first.
to beat.
This is the first chance. This one's cool because it's kind of like it's kind of Magnemite-y, like kind of kind of Robo-ish.
Yeah.
But I like it. Can we see the other one, Jacob?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to shave it down a little here. It's not working properly, so let's just do this live.
Yeah, just
Fuck
pause
it.
the thing. That's all, yeah.
Fuck it, we're gonna
So
do it
def-
fucking
de-
live. You know what I mean?
Definitely picked up on the color scheme.
Yeah, you see how it's kind of
Isn't that
taking your
crazy?
logo a little bit, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think the one on the left is more of like has a little more character to it, you know?
I like the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
Cool.
So for this one on the left.
Interesting. They kind of both look like Hermes Mora though.
A little bit.
They both got like a weird eye in the middle.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, let's ask
Yeah.
Miguel. Miguel, what is the type of this thing?
Fairy type.
Whoa. Pick one more type.
Electric.
I agree with both of those.
I
Machine
could
type?
maybe say steel, but yeah, I feel like
Yeah, steel. Yeah.
I
That
say
would work.
electric 100%. I think should
Okay.
be in there. What do you guys think?
so. We'll go electric as its primary type, and
Dude.
then
How about electric and flying?
hmm,
What do you think?
that's trippy because electric is weak to flying usually, so that's kind of a good advantage there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, maybe not then.
No, I mean it's cool.
Dude, how about electric and steel?
I like electric and steel.
That
See,
works.
I'm thinking he walks around on these 2 little knobs at the bottom.
Knob, 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 knob.
Oh, I see him floating.
Yeah,
Floating,
that's
okay.
why I said flying.
Yeah, I could see either.
The little knobs on the bottom could be like little rollerblade wheels. It like mobs around, you know.
He's like a little cute Doc Ock.
Yeah. Well, so what should we call him then?
Little arms.
Extomon.
Extomon. I like it.
I don't know. You like
Sure.
that shit?
I like Extomon.
Extomon's
or-
pretty dope. I don't know. What do you guys think? Steven, are you in the chat?
I don't think he is.
Well,
I
Extomon
like
it is.
Extomon.
I like
Extomon it
Extomon.
is.
I think that does it.
That's a fun one. All right, and then I think 3's enough for now. right?
Cody's mad about the fairy type.
Yeah. What was it? Hey, we didn't settle on it, man. We're just this is
Wait,
this
Wait,
is
we
a-
gave him a fairy type?
No,
no,
he's
no, no,
just
no,
talking
no,
about.
no. And I,
He
yeah, I
says you better read. He says you better read. I like yours, Keen. The point is not to have them all be cool. Some of Pokemons are often doofy.
True.
Only Arcwings is cool so far.
Yeah,
and then,
you get the
and then-
hand you're dealt.
Yeah, and then Panda Fin's also cool. He's just a panda bear.
That's true.
Of course. Come on,
He is
that's
a panda bear.
cheating. He has an animal in his name.
Panda.
Come
and
on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple more, and I want us to keep doing this like every episode. So we'll
Panda Fin in the chat. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah we'll jump into the next few next time. You know, I have 2 right now ready for the next time.
Cool.
But for now we'll just shelve it.
That's
we
great.
got to stop this episode now. So let's just let's do one of these.
French fry when you pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
And we don't want a French fry when we pizza. You know what I mean?
Nope. Can't be doing that.
So, guys, we've now reached the moment of endorsements. So, please endorse something. Anyone go.
I'll go. I'm going to endorse getting drunk and playing Oculus Quest.
Fuck yeah.
So Oculus Quest, kind of cool. It's all right. Oculus Quest 2 is out, and I don't have one. But I will say I haven't put on a VR headset in probably like almost a year. But the other night, I was pretty drunk, came home, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? Play Super Hot in VR. And
Ooh.
god damn it, did I have a great time. It was so fun. And I was like just walking around my living room, looking like a fool, throwing ninja stars at red guys. And I don't think I would have had nearly as much fun if I wasn't as faded as I was. So get faded, drink a decent amount, and then put on Oculus Quest and have a good time.
This is why I need an Oculus, dude.
That sounds like the opposite of what you should be doing. That sounds like a good way to get sick.
Yeah. But it just suspends that disbelief a little bit, so that you're just like, I'm fully in a VR world now. And I'm throwing ninja stars at these guys, and it made me really happy. So do that.
That's awesome. My endorsement, I said this earlier, and I'm gonna stick with it. It's Everdale.
Nice.
Whoa, man, I resized this, didn't I? Shit. Everdale, cool ass board game, a lot of fun. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at the pictures here. You got a lot of cards. You know what I mean? You got a lot of spots there. You know, you make like a tree out of card stock, basically. Really fun. So go out there, find Everdale. I guess it's a video game too, so maybe play that version. I don't know, but I like board games, so
yeah,
Everdale.
Do some tactile stuff. That's good.
Everdale, and then you know, eat a burrito. I don't know. Go ahead. Anyone else? Next.
Everdale and burrito. My endorsement. I'm wearing it. These robes.
Nice. Oh, hell yeah.
What? If you're in the middle of the winter, like I am, it's snowy outside, it's cold as fuck, and you need to be warm. And you know, sweatshirts are nice.
Fair.
Blankets are nice, but you know what's portable? You know what covers your legs as well? Well, a snuggie or onesie. I also recommend onesies, but a robe. And this one's even got a hood. It's got a nice flannel interior. Oh, it's so warm.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Oh God, he looked okay.
Why is it only showing women's robes? I literally Googled the word robes, and it just said women's robes, women's robes, women's robes at Nordstrom, women's
nice
robes at Macy's.
This one is it's got pockets.
Oh yeah, get a pockets. Get some pockets in there.
Fuck, man. There's men's robes too. Look at that guy.
I got this robe as a Christmas gift, and it is
nice.
Amazing.
Is it warm?
Oh, it's very warm.
Do you feel like this guy? You feel like this guy right here?
I
don't know. That guy looks like he feels like his eyes are closed. What the?
This guy. You like this guy there, Sam?
Feels so great.
All right. The thing is, this guy's
I'm really
model.
zooming. I'm really zooming in here.
It makes me feel like I could be a model.
Hold on.
He has very small eyes.
Is that what
I
you
thought
feel
they were
like,
closed.
Yeah, they're too close together.
Is that how you
definitely
feel?
Stoned.
Right there.
He's definitely a
what a weird picture that was.
That was pretty weird, right? Miguel, go ahead. What's your endorsement?
I'm going to endorse Golden Road Brewing.
Oh yes, very good.
Anything by them?
Yep. Don't they make Mango Cart?
They do.
Oh yeah, good beer.
Go there and then come home and play Oculus.
Yeah.
In your robe.
In your robe.
And maybe that Enderall game's on is there a VR version?
Perfect. Maybe. Possibly, yeah. You play Everdale.
Perfect way to combine
in
them
VR
all.
while drunk wearing a robe.
It's a serious night. It's a night of delight you have.
While drinking 20 fucking Mango Carts.
Perfect. Perfection.
Guys,
love it.
That's the end of the podcast. I loved it. ThePizzaManSam, let's hear your plugs, man. Plug something. Tell them about you. Yourself there.
Check out ThePizzaManSam or twitch.tv/ThePizzaManSam. I've been streaming Elder Scrolls Online, like I talked about. What else? Go to podpage.com/xinteract because you'll find all our links. Gaming podcast. We make YouTube videos. Coming out with one tomorrow, which I just need to put the finishing touches on right after I'm done here. And it is my review of Hi-Fi Rush.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? I think I have a fun little review take. fun way to review a game. So
Hell yeah.
looking forward to it being out there. So yeah, check out youtube.com/xinteract.
Hell yeah. You can follow me at OMJesus. You can follow the show at NPD Squad. You can also find us on YouTube if you go to youtube.com/@Odd Valley Studios. And all that. YouTube.com. I corrected myself, you fuckers.
Sorry. I got both of us. Sorry.
I've had a few beers. Damn it. You can find this guy Boxcar Miguel on Twitter. Damn, it's hard to point correctly. This way.
there you go.
This way. There you go. At Boxcar Miguel, there may be an underscore. I don't know. Just look.
It's at boxcar_Miguel.
There you go.
Or if you're looking at adopting any kitties, what's the place you
Rescue Treasures Cat Cafe.
There you go.
Even though I may not be volunteering there very soon, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, still got to go visit.
Yeah, still check it out.
And then don't forget about Luke Shot First, and that's 1ST for the first part. That's Gage.
Sure. That's me.
You know what I'm saying?
Check out Luke Shot First on Twitter, and also one last plug is I've been trying to put a little bit of love and a little bit of effort into the Neon Pocket Dimension Instagram, so go follow that. I've been doing a piece of artwork for every episode that we do, just to have a fun little prompt to do some graphic design / artwork too. So check those out every week as we post episodes. You'll see some new artwork from me up on the Instagram channel.
Yeah, man. And then let us know what have you been nerding out on in the comments below. Thank you very much.
Thanks, y'all.
Oh, and then here's the last thing I'll ask to lead us out, guys. What is the best color of Gatorade? Top Gatorade color.
Oh God! Why did you just start a whole podcast topic?
Because it's how I end every
At the
episode.
very end of the show.
That's how I end every.
What do you think happens to us when we die? Like right. I'm gonna go with cucumber green.
Wow. Blue Squad
Yes.
unite.
Yes, Jacob.
Woo!
Arctic
Blue, baby.
Blue all
Blue
the
is
fucking
probably-
way,
Blue's
dude.
probably
Blew it.
And lemon lime as well.
That's yellow.
Piss yellow.
Yeah.
Piss yellow.
Miguel, what's
I
yours?
love that piss yellow.
Let's
Said
hear.
red.
Nice. That's
Red.
Mochi Squeezes too. And to everyone out there, good night.